Hey ho 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 hey ho ho! It's High Rollers time!
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
I like that.
Thank you. I may have been inspired by recent events to practice my enunciation and my diaphragm work. Father!
Oh my god.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to High Rollers. It's Sunday.
Sunday.
D&D time. We're here with the High Rollers crew. I'm your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes.
Hello.
Joining me this week, we have... Bing! We've got Ree, we've got Trot, we've got Kim. And on the other side, we have Tommy, Hazel, and Katie.
Hey, well up, gamers. Well, if I do this fast enough, I'll take off.
Woo-woo! Yeah, just... My home planet needs me. It's like a bee.
Everything is really loud.
He's the Rizzer
The amount of shouting that's been going on is like
lot of energy.
pain.
A lot of energy. A couple of things to mention. Firstly, and most importantly, a big thank you to everybody who came out to our Delphi live show.
Oh man.
It was literally, it's weird to think that was Tuesday.
That was less than a week ago.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I wanted to do some special thank yous and shout outs to people that were involved in that whole process, as well as thank all of you who came to see it. Over 1,000 of you, would you believe? But yeah, I wanted to specifically call out a special thank you to our good friends Talana for doing the amazing print that we sold at the live show, and people, the VIPs, got all in their goodie bag as well. Our good friend Talana, who's done the official character art and did our amazing poster for us as well. And to Pumpkin for the amazing t-shirt design that we are doing. Who's wearing it today?
Katie.
Katie's got it on today.
Katie's got the pumpkin.
Yep.
There you go.
And it's got a bunch of
It has dates on the back.
dates and locations,
And
some of
locations
which
across Altheya.
have not appeared yet.
Wow.
No, Pumpkin and Talana, thank you guys so much for doing that. We loved working with both of you, and everyone loved the print and shirt design in it as well.
Awesome.
Also, want to thank Nightjar, lovely sweet Nightjar, for helping us organise the merch as well and doing a lot of the sort of like calling people and chasing and all of that kind of good stuff and all the organisation. Thank you to Eliza and Tor from AEG Events. Literally, they were the ones who helped make this all happen and put us in contact with everything and did a lot of like the organising stage people and props and basically helped make the show happen. And I also want to thank the whole crew at the Adelphi, who probably won't see this, but they were amazing. They were genuinely really lovely, super supportive, lighting, fucking excellent.
Like, it was so it was great.
So yeah, big thank you to them. Thank you to our friends Bryony, Josh, and TJ as well for coming and being our tech gremlins for the day. Making sure we got a sweet recording for you all as well.
That's real, by the way.
That is real.
There was a concern that if the recording didn't go too well, then we wouldn't be able to release it. I can confirm the visuals and the audio are stellar, and I'm just putting it together now. So the live show will be released
at some point.
I won't say just yet when, because I need to do it. But
and we need to find a good window to release it and all of that good stuff as well. But yeah, which does mean that the live show, you will be able to watch it. But yeah, big thank you. Is there anybody else I've forgotten that we want to say a quick thank you to?
Trot.
Thank you, Chris Trott, for being there. Thank you, Kim Richards. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Rhiannon.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Welcome. We hope that everyone had a lovely time. It was genuinely lovely. Everyone put a lot of effort into costumes.
It was less than a week ago. We're still kind of, oh god.
A couple of things to follow on from that is we just recorded, in fact, before we started the stream, we're going to put it out on YouTube, is a video to say thank you for the gifts we got given. We got given a ton of gifts during the VIP meet, but we didn't have time to sit and chat with everybody properly, so we instead just gathered it all up, and we've done a video where we just go through it and we talk about the gifts and we talk a little bit about the show.
Huge pile of stuff that we were gifted. It's incredible.
Just want to say once again, thank you all so much for coming to see us. Kim, did you want to say a little something as well?
Yes. We had the brain.
You got this.
Is gone.
You got this. Sound it out.
So one thing that we had a bunch of guests come along, and they, are people we've worked with, and people that you know very well, like Jasper. And we had lots of feedback from them the next day that they were like, one thing was super clear, and that is that your audience are really passionate about you guys and passionate about D&D, and it was beautiful to kind of see. And that kind of had me thinking, because because one thing I noticed, especially in our Discord, seeing the build up to the live show, the day of the live show with the community meetup, and then everyone meeting in the theatre and stuff like that, and then afterwards, like immediately afterwards, there were lots of pub trips afterwards, and then the days after, people were still kind of hanging out in London and stuff like that, and it kind of just really got me thinking that like just how kind our community are, because all of you were really looking after each other, looking out for each other, helping people who are coming to London or England for the first time get around, negotiate the underground, money, translations, all that kind of thing. And like at the community meetup, you were all looking after each other, looking out for each other, and just creating this kind of really beautiful, safe space that you could all just share your love of D&D with. And lots of gift giving, lots of cosplay, lots of people helping each other out with cosplays. And, I saw so many photos afterwards of, people making new friends, people meeting friends that they've made on the internet, lots of people bringing, like their D&D groups, and just like hanging out in London afterwards and sharing their adventures in England. And so I just really wanted to shout out you guys for being such a kind and wonderful and welcoming and caring community and looking out for each other, because if anything, that was my highlight of the whole week, was just seeing how much you guys were just looking after each other and being really sweet and really kind. So thank you.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
You guys created that, so well done to all of you, because many, many people, including the Adelphi staff, were very complimentary of you.
Yes, specifically called you guys out. The Adelphi actual theatre crew were like, your audience is amazing. They were so respectful. And I think that's the thing, is like, it's very nice to know that we have such a kind and respectful audience who, like Kim says, looks out for each other and everything else. Fun story from that, I know that at least one new D&D group formed from the live show. Okay. Because they were talking about it in the Discord, that they basically, a bunch of them met up and were like, I never get to play. Let's play together. So which is really sweet. And I even bumped into some fans in London afterwards as well, after the fact, in the National History Museum of all places. Really lovely. Thank you guys so much. We love it. We love you. All of that good stuff. Right, moving on. On Tuesday, around 8 p.m., the Chaos Twins are back.
Do Reno.
There you go. The Chaos Twins are back. They are doing a sponsored stream in a brand new game, The Worlds of Aria, which is a tabletop-inspired little RPG. They're going to be playing a video game for y'all.
A video game. It's really
So that's going to be on Tuesday at around about 8 p.m. Keep your peepers peeled on Twitter and all that good stuff for anything to keep on top of that. But it's going to be on Tuesday.
Additional stream.
An extra stream. And then I also want to do another friendly reminder and shout out to the lovely folks at Only Games. Because not only did they do a special Califerous miniature for the VIPs, unique.
Yes, they did.
But they still, it's very, very cool. And they brought a load of stuff down for us and everything like that. But they also still have their amazing September crate going on right now, which you can go and check out. And there is a code. I forgot to put the
September.
HR September. Thank you, Reese. I was like, is it High Rollers September? Is it HR Sep? HR September. But you can get your first crate free. You just pay the postage and packaging. And I want to shout them out because they've done a lot of stuff, really good stuff for us. They've been really good mates to ours as well. It's not sponsored.
They also hand delivered our minis for the merch stand at the show.
Made things very easy for us. Thank you very much for the help.
And they do that every month. So even if you don't grab it this month using the code HR September to get your first box free, just pay postage and packaging. Every month there's 3 minis. You pick fantasy or sci-fi, and you get a bunch of really gorgeous minis from a cool creator, and then you get discounts in that creator store on Only Games as well.
Wow.
And we love it. Like, honestly, their print quality is magnifique, as Chris Trott will attest right now.
I attest.
There you go. Perfect. So thank you very much, Only Games team. We love you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With that, unless there's anything I've forgotten, team?
I want to play some D&D.
Would you?
I do.
Well, maybe if you ask nicely.
Mark, can we play some D&D, please?
I'd never do that again. Never do that again.
I'd like to play some D&D, please. Stop! Please.
Oh, okay. Let's play the intro. Welcome to Altheya, the Dragon Empire. After defeating the haunted tree and recovering the remains of Tyrea, Sister Ophelia completed the ritual to construct the Black Glass, a magical mirror which could be used to send Tyrea's spirit to Osseous. As the party gathered, they spoke with Tyrea one last time, and then Ophelia opened the portal to the Black Cathedral in the capital city of Nekral. Waiting for her on the other side was High Deacon Mograine Gallows, a wraith inhabiting the body of a powerful warrior. With Tyrea's spirit passed over, and a gift of the Gravefather blessed upon Ophelia, it was time for the party to consider their next steps. They discussed which of the 3 quests had been presented by Dame Cassandra and Lady Emberissa, and which one they wanted to pursue, unsure if a journey into the Ash Hills, with its rumoured crown-still corruption, would be advisable, with Xanthius in the team.
Nah, come on, bro.
They travelled to speak with Lord Obsidius about this matter and learned much information about Crownsteel and the Ash Hills. And now they have a few moments still in Ashen's Rest to decide before they begin their journey elsewhere. And that's where we're going to pick up today. So, I believe you just finished speaking with... Oh, and apologies. Gruff shouted at a mailman as well.
Oh, yes, you did.
I thought it was Califerus.
Yes.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough.
Paranoia.
That's who they were last time.
Yeah. Paranoid Gruff yelled at
I mean,
a
it
poor
still
innocent courier.
It still could be. I didn't figure it out because I couldn't grab them to see if the illusion, like, I still think they are, I don't know, charlatan.
Charlatan. With that, you guys are free. If you would like to, if there's more questions you have for Obsidius, you're obviously welcome to ask those, because we were at the end of the last session. If you would like to go and talk to Lady Emberissa or anybody else in town, this is, I hand it over to you.
Is there anything else?
Your time.
This is Tom speaking, not Xanthius. Is there anything else we might yet need for the journey? We have Hot Rod.
Hot rod.
We
Hot rod is the
have-
most.
Did we get a wagon?
We have a wagon.
We have a wagon.
We have
So I forgot to put that.
about 12, what was it, 12 days of food?
So we've got, I've just written down lizard, 20 days feed, locks and keys,
Lizard?
wagon, cooking rations, and 5 vitality potions.
Oh, yeah, we bought a ton of
You all
Out
put
of
them
interest.
down?
Yes.
I didn't because I have one.
I have
Got
2.
Have we spent more money than the reward will give us?
No.
Okay, good.
Do you have a note of exactly how much people rations you have?
20 days. I just
20
said
days of
cooking
trail mix
rations for
rations.
20 days.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got enough stuff. I'm just wondering if there's anything else we might need.
We have 1,720 gold left.
Hell yeah. Yeah?
I commissioned from the blacksmiths to attach a candle to
No, not a candle. A lantern.
Oh, yeah, a
lantern.
storm
A
lantern.
massive storm lantern
Yeah.
to a helmet.
Yep.
yes.
Which you may go and pick up. It is like a pot helm, so it's like a kind of squared top, like flat sides helmet. They had to make it a flat top because that's the only way to structurally get the
on
lantern.
top.
It's like
Like
on
a top
top.
hat with a lantern on
he
it.
wasn't
But
tall
because it's
enough as it
a cone, it's a lantern's a cone shape. So
Oh, we should have put the necromantic wood on there so that whoever's wearing it can see dead people.
That would be terrifying.
I know.
but yeah,
Hell. That's just no
you
help.
pick that up from the blacksmiths. You now have lantern helmet, whatever
Right.
you want to put it down
Right.
as. It is a lantern that you can wear on your head and does not require to be held.
You can give it a name.
Oh, it has a chin strap, so
It does
it
have to have a
straps
name.
under the chin as well. Leather strap under the
Call
chin.
it Pyramid Head.
Siren head.
Siren
What
Head.
kind of a helmet was it?
It's like it's like a pot, what they would call a pot helmet, but it's got like a square top.
Yeah.
So it's like a flattened top. So it almost looks like a hat. With a chin strap underneath it, or like an old school rugby, one of those rugby helmets, but it's got like a flat top, and then it has like a policeman's sort of siren-shaped lantern on
It's
the
a
top.
cooking pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glorified
We could
cooking
stand you
pot.
on the coast and get you to spin around. You'd be a lighthouse.
Basically, yes.
Oh.
It has so the side is where you turn it on and off, and you can open it up and it has a
Amazing.
cone of
And that's
light.
that, what, 5 AC plus 5 AC?
Nope.
Huh, that's
Four?
weird.
Could you
We'll go
imagine?
for it.
No. Zero AC.
Zero AC. That's a shame.
And
also there was a
sunlight?
threat. I remember.
No.
60-foot radius.
No.
I remember there was also
Normal
a
light.
threat of if someone hits you in the head, it's
Yes.
filled with oil.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And a flame.
yeah.
So if anything,
Yes.
it's negative AC.
If like it is engulfed in enough fire, it might explode.
This seems like a bad idea.
Because the oil's all in like a small area, right? So if the oil ignites, the pressure will build up and it will explode.
It's okay, because it means that you'll be able to use a bow and arrow, which you use all the time.
Obviously.
Or your two swords, when you do a wield, which
Oh,
you
he
do all the
uses
time.
his sword two-handed, actually.
Oh, yeah, the long sword,
So
yeah.
fuck you!
Yeah.
But no,
He said.
Right. So you have that now, Rowan. You have lantern helmet.
Well done.
Or helmet lantern, whichever way you want to put it round.
You made it.
I
You
called a
name
siren
it.
head.
Siren head.
Siren head.
Siren head.
It's not a siren, it's a lantern. I know, I said siren head.
When he puts it on, he goes, woo!
That's just because it's so hot. Anyway.
In terms of how I go and pick this up,
Okay.
guys, I gotta go. And I run out the door. I come back 15 minutes later. Really proud.
Just wearing it.
Hi.
Door creaks open. What do you think?
Something looks different.
Yeah? You think so, Xanthius?
I do. Well, I've noticed your...
A blinding, 60-foot light.
Rowan! You should have warned me.
I know.
How much did that cost you?
I can't remember. I was too excited.
And that's secure? That's held on there? Well,
What is in there? Is that?
Careful.
Oh, it's hot. What is in there?
Oil and a flame.
So you stay
It's
away
lit currently
from
as well,
Rowan.
obviously.
Stay away from Xanthius.
Hold on.
will you turn it off?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
That is
Still hot for a bit.
terrifying.
My head hurts.
Why? What?
It's like sweaty. Your head wouldn't hurt, but it's like definitely sweaty.
Still hot in here?
No, it's just you.
Okay.
What?
So.
Good job.
I had a moment where everything kind of came together. And I was like, I use this hand and this hand when I swing my sword. Or I play sostenuto. And
Yes, okay.
I was like, sometimes I can't see
In the dark.
when we're in the dark.
Yeah.
So I got a helmet which has light on it.
Did it need to be quite as tall?
It's very
as
tall.
that?
You are now huge. You already have to stoop under doorways and
I
such.
was working with what they had in the store, so
I see the logic.
I like the logic.
Do you? I see it.
I'm not necessarily a fan of the execution, but the
understand.
logic...
The
The logic is there. No, it is sound.
do you think it looks dumb?
It does. No. You'll fit in just fine in Caldra.
Deception
maybe I
check,
should.
please. You're gonna lie to him like that. I want
Natural one.
even Rowan.
14.
I'm like yelling no, but I'm nodding.
Even Rowan knows. Xanthius doesn't think it looks cool.
I'm just.
Oh, it looks good. Wow.
I'm like Xanthius. You're overdoing it. You're overdoing it.
It was a very good idea. And you know what? If we're in dark places, that's very important that we have lights.
It's good. Can you can take it off though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rowan, you can take it off, right?
I'm gonna take it off.
Okay.
We can all lie.
Huh?
Oh.
Wow, Xanthius must be a real fucking dick if Rowan is like...
It's taking you that long to realise this?
Non-canonical. That was non-canonical. That was Chris Trott leaking through.
No, it's a good idea. I mean, that's a good point, actually. We do tend to travel in the darkness quite a lot. Do we all actually have torches, lanterns, things by which to light the way?
And I can see in the dark.
Yes, that's true.
I hold up
have.
my dagger and cast light on it.
Yeah, I can produce flames and stuff. Gruff, how are you with the dark?
I have several torches.
Good. Okay, good.
Maybe don't light flames too near of the oil.
Oh no.
Just
Yeah, that'll go.
Wipe some oil off my forehead.
Is that King.
No. I thought I'd oil it before.
I look
putting it on.
behind you
I
and the
see.
journey you took to get here. There's just like
So I've got a mop.
Percy has one.
Excellent.
you need like a tail to sweep it all up behind you. Make sure Gruff walks behind you.
No.
Bib.
Wait, what are you reaching
What are you
for?
doing?
My trinket corner is useful.
It's not. It's so much.
I don't like that Mark is writing something down now as a result of that.
Chat, you can't see Rhiannon's trinket corner, but it's
burgeoning.
growing.
It's
pretty good.
Honestly, it's ludicrous. Okay, well, I think we're pretty much ready to go. I'm comfortable with starting the journey as soon as we can, really.
I just need to make sure that the shrine will be safe. And maybe I'll get Teresa, I think, to just pop in every morning or so, just to make sure no one's been in raffled and rambled around.
Oh, we also need to send the okay to the people renovating the house.
That's there. Assume that that's done. Yeah, I think Teresa would be happy. She's like, oh yes, I'd be more than happy to keep an eye on the shrine and the tavern as well.
Oh, yes, that'll be
I mean, I'm not much of a guard, but I don't think there would be any trouble or anything like that.
Just to make sure everything's all span,
yeah.
words.
Yes. Yes.
You're an engineer, so you can tell if these boyos, the builders, are having a laugh.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose. I was more of a sort of illuminator. I guess I'm not really used to wood. I tend to work with metal, but I'll keep an eye on it. Yes, absolutely. Will Percival be staying? Teresa does not know about Percival as a skeleton. She thinks Percival is a man, by the way.
Oh, well, he is.
Yeah.
Percival will be accompanying us.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll try and keep it clean and things like that. I see that he's always busy at keeping everything clean and tidy. But
I'm sure just a light dusting, don't worry too much.
No, that's right. I'll try and stop by once or twice a day, keep an eye on things.
Thank you very much.
Of course, yes. Well, I wish you all the best in your travels.
Thank you.
She kind of puts her little glasses up. Like, oh yes, of course. Yes, I'd be delighted. Yes.
We'll tell you all about it when we get back.
Oh yes, please do. I'm excited to hear about it. Sister Ophelia, do you have any sort of books or scrolls or anything about the Grave Father and Osseous? It's very hard to find anything like that here.
Ophelia will get into she'll rifle out a book, because she's been, part of the upgrade she'll be writing, but she has been writing little bits and pieces in her notebook in the back about the Grave Father, so she'll tear out a few pages in the back and give them to Teresa.
Oh, I didn't know if you had something that I could do some little reading on.
I'm going to be working on a library once the house is all finished.
Oh, right, okay.
So I can write scripture in there and make books and everything. But for now, here's what I've taken with me. I've written these to get you started.
What's Ophelia's handwriting, right?
Beautiful.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
I would imagine.
Oh, she's like, this is wonderful. Yes, I just wanted to see if I could learn a bit more. Obviously, in Altheya, we don't have many books or writings about Osseous and the teachings, so I wondered if you might have something like a prayer book, like we would have that normally,
Yes, I'll be working on that hopefully very soon.
good.
So I'll bring you some more when they're done.
All right, thank you. Yes, I'll do some reading while I'm here.
Lovely. Let me know what you think.
I will, of course, yes.
I'm so excited.
And she'll happily, Teresa's more than happy to come by and just keep an eye on it. She owes you her life, so she's more than happy to come and keep an eye on the inn. And she's very interested in the shrine with Ophelia and stuff as well.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to come back and she's just black and red.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Little Ophelia doppelganger.
Well, you are leaving the inn now ghost-free. This is the builders are not going to have any issues. Nobody's going to have any problems coming here and stuff as well. Is there any other business in the town? Obviously, you can send word to construction to begin. You've paid for all of that, so it's all handled.
Well, do we want to actively go to Emberissa and say, hey, quest accept? Or we just
crack on.
Just crack on.
Send word.
Send word.
Yeah.
Should we load up
Leave
all
a
the stuff
message with
onto
conspirator Orgrim.
Conspirator, yeah.
Steel Inquisitor Orgrim?
Spikes out of his eyes. It's a Brandon Sanderson reference for you all. You could just go. You can deliver. So you can pass messages. You can go up to the gate, and even if the considerate's not there, there's normally a considerate or a steward who will take messages for His Draconic Majesties or their Draconic Majesties. So you can leave a message there that. What would this message entail? Is this basically, we accept quests?
It's just
see you later.
Hover the cursor over the accept button.
Accept button.
Yeah.
Sure.
But no, I guess we don't actually fully 100% know exactly where we're headed to, just towards the Ash Hills, right? Do we?
Well, it will. No, there is no. So this quest, as a reminder for the audience as well, you are basically taking on the job of trying to find Sir Eldrac Ignis, one of the 3 Knights of the Realms of North Vale. So one of Duke Ignarius's personal knights. All you know is that Lady Emberissa sent Sir Eldrac into the Ash Hills to recover something, a magical shield called Heartwarden. I'll rely on your notes beyond that. Like, if you've made any notes about any additional details, then obviously you can remember more stuff, but that's all I'm going to kind of remind you of for this. So to answer that question is, you don't really have, we don't know an exact location to go to.
Okay.
And in fact, we have a hex map of the region.
Yes, so
and
we do need to
you
plan
are
the
going to
journey.
have to use that and decide where you go and everything
Sorry,
else.
what's the shield called again?
It's called Heartwarden.
Heartwarden.
There may be a green dragon from
Be an
Mistwald
ally.
that could be an ally that's in the Ash Hills, that's attempting to replenish the land,
that-
heal the land.
Was that Dame Vicara?
It's a green dragon.
Dame Vicara Dame would be a knight. Dame is like a lady knight title, basically. So this would have been a non-dragon. Vicara would have been a non-dragon.
Why do I have Dame Vicara written?
Great question. What a shame your notes aren't more comprehensive.
That's gruff for you.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
write my
He's
notes.
like,
But
well, it also
genuinely-
fits that he's like, I remember the name of the lady
Yeah.
knight. Don't
Yeah.
know why.
Genuinely though, that I've been writing my notes not as Nova,
Yeah.
who would write down everything,
Yeah.
but as Gruff remembers it, and which
Knight.
is, yeah, literally that night,
Yeah,
night stuff.
there's a knight involved.
Yeah, that's it.
There is a series of caves
Caves, yep.
that we need to find. An armor of her mother's companion was found in them. She wants an heirloom returned to her.
Yeah.
Relic of Inflaria. That's what
Yes.
Yeah. Lady Inflaria was Emberissa's mother.
it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Duke Ignarius's lover.
Oh, I'll tell you what Gruff has written down. There is a personal connection between Emberissa and Eldrac. Turns out Gruff is a gossipy little bitch.
Oh.
Got that hot little gossip nugget? He's in.
So
Let us know what I heard.
the Dragonborn Knight, he has a humanoid face and dark hair. The Ash Hills interfere with magic. Things don't grow well there. There's some bodies of traitor dragons that may contain crown steel, and there's a chance of bandits looking there as well.
That's exactly
Yeah.
the same as my notes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine too.
He has a halberd.
Okay.
So Eldrac wields a halberd, correct?
But in terms of our hex map, we are dead center here. We will need to head southeasterly-ish
We're gonna
across the
follow
river.
the river so that we can fish and stuff
Yes.
en
Yeah.
route.
The Ruby
Each
River.
hex is 1 day of travel, is it? Yes.
So yep. So each plane hex, if it has any kind of terrain, if it has hills or forest or mountains or anything like that, it is a day and a half of travel. And there's also some other things you should know. So traveling on roads is generally easier, quicker, and less dangerous in a sense. But obviously you have to follow the road. When you get off the road, the type of terrain you're in obviously changes what kind of checks you might need to make and things like that as well. And yeah, what I will need is if we are at the stage where you are ready to leave Ashen's Rest.
Gladiator's ready.
Ready. So
First.
I will need to ask the group
Tiny, I wanted to ping it.
to elect a leader for the journey.
well,
Not
I
put my hand
mean...
up, but I was gonna say fake dice.
Oh yes, fate dice.
Oh, yeah, it's worth doing.
Good point.
Maybe
Thank
the
you, Kim.
person with the highest fate
Watch this.
is the leader.
Oh, you
I am not the leader.
it's fine. You can choose what you want.
Oh,
Oh! Guess who's leading?
hat boy, literal hat boy. Oh
Hat
god,
boy.
hat boy.
5. That is a dice for you.
1.
That's a dice for me.
Uno,
That's a dice for me. 6. Dice for you.
3.
That's a dice for me. I already rolled a 3. That's a dice for me.
Oh, it's 4 and 2 to
Is this what you imagine his
against
hat
us.
to look like?
Something similar to that. Yes. Yeah.
Show the class.
Oh.
Yep.
It looks like a World War II helmet.
For podcast
Kind of, yeah.
listeners, that.
Yeah.
So what does the leader?
Well, the leader's responsibility will be the leader will have any final to say on any decisions if there is like a unmade decision, and they also need to decide the route or path to take.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you to plot out the journey you're taking first, and clearly mark it to me. I've got a copy of the map that I'm going to ask you to draw the thing for me, and then I'm gonna checks and stuff will make. Yeah, I've got a spare version of it. This is like my version of the map. So the leader has to chart the route basically, and then we'll roll on the journey. And I've changed my mechanics for it ever so slightly. But
Wait a fucking minute.
What's up? What have you found?
Shit, fox.
Hang on, he's about to change
Holy
the game.
God.
This is going to be revolutionary.
Oh my shit.
You're hyping it quite a lot here.
This is the moment. Get ready to clip this bit.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Disappointed.
I
What you got,
am
Rowan?
adept with cartography tools because I'm an archaeologist.
efficient.
I'm proficient with them.
There you go.
He remembered a character background bit. Puggies! Wow!
Galaxy brain. Great.
I wonder why that is. Rowan's so mysterious. Anyway,
You got something you want to say there, lad?
hello. I love maps. Can I draw on the map?
No, if you want to draw the map on the map, absolutely. I'll just take that away.
I'm
No,
already...
you don't. No, Kim. I have a spare map. Like, unless you're looking at it yourself.
I thought you guys
No, I have a spare one because that one was Tom set it all up so the camera could see it.
Yeah,
ruined it now.
yeah, that's cool. Hey, carry on, Rowan.
Right.
Please stop touching it. I will punch.
I'd like to see that. What's that like?
I don't want to do it.
Tapped by a mouse?
I'll break my wrist.
Oh, my hard head.
Unless anyone is really good at looking at stuff outside, I feel like I want to put myself forward.
Okay.
I'm willing to vote on it, but I know where to go and how to find things, and use maps.
Okay. If you have a good idea of which direction we should, I mean, obviously south, but I mean, here's
There's a few things that I've picked up just wandering around,
okay.
and yes, following the shadows of the trees, where the wind blows. Sometimes the birds going a certain direction, and it's hard to put into words, but I know what
I trust
where I'm
your instincts, as I think we can all agree that I couldn't even make it back to Burnell from Kelskaris.
Very true.
So I wouldn't trust my better judgment. And I was on the main road, and I still collapsed. So
You did look pretty lost, yes.
I wouldn't trust my judgment on this one. So I'm willing to rely on you there, Rowan.
Well, it just means a lot, that you're putting some trust in Rowan.
I think you're the right person for the job. Don't put the hat on. You don't need it right now. It's daytime. Take it off, okay?
With that in mind, so in that case, if you're electing Rowan as the leader of the journey,
Yeah.
Kustrot,
I'm happy to be.
you are in Ashen's Rest. I would like you to draw me the route that you are taking to wherever you are planning to go. Now, as I said, you don't know exactly where in the Ash Hills this thing is, so it might be you get to your destination and then you have to explore around it. But I'd like you to draw the route that you are planning to take.
As a reminder for podcast listeners, this map is available on Patreon, Discord, and on the High Rollers wiki. If you search for it, you will be able to find it.
I will also describe the journey as
Yes, I know, yeah. But it will exist.
Probably mysterious.
I'll while they're sorting this out, I'll happily fill up Hot Rod
Kisses from there.
with all of the cargo.
Yeah, sure. I'm assuming that, between the group of you, you would begin to load up the wagon with all your supplies and things like
Percival,
that.
take care of the goods.
Yes, right.
It's Chris Trott here. The tiles. I know I look like Rowan. That's fine. It's because I'm tall. The tiles with rivers on them, they are passable terrain. Yes.
You can't cross them, but you can move through them. So as long as you're on the same side of the river, you can
Very
move
well.
through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We begin here.
Oh, the Ruby River, that sounds promising.
We're going to go across the Ruby Bridge.
Yes, across the Ruby Bridge.
We're going to follow it south along the
South.
Ruby
You can
River.
draw me as a line, like from Ashen's Rest, like literally draw a full line the path that you're taking.
So we're here right now, I believe. Then where?
We can show this in a minute.
So, we follow the Ruby River south. We're going to skirt north of the little mountainous region to the west of the Ashen Citadel.
Yeah.
Approach the Ashen Citadel from the west, and then head into the Ash Hills to the southeast directly.
Okay. So through the Ashen Citadel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so. I think we
So
should.
the halfway point is we're going to stop by the river to be able to
We're going to
forage
use
and
the
stuff.
river to forage, get some fishing with Gruff, stock up.
Pressure.
Yeah, there's also, you didn't mark it, but there is also, you have to take the hex south of Ashen Rest as well. So
Okay,
that's part
okay,
of the
that
journey
counts,
as well.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
don't spawn there.
approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, I
7
tried to
days until
mitigate
we're actually in the.
hexes, but at the same time also hit some
so it's going to be
points.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6, and then 7, 6.5. Yeah, 8 total. Because you've got terrain, you've got woods and a hill that you're moving through at some point as well. All right. Okay. So you gather up everything. You have Rodri.
Who's a good boy?
The
Who's a good
large
boy?
thunder beast, just kind of chewing on some sort of,
He's eating.
some veggie matter from one of his feed, like just as he's been hooked up to the wagon. Everything is set. You've got the locks on the side to put like things like storage and things like that. I will need. At some point, you can do it. I can give you a piece of paper just to write down exactly what equipment is going in the wagon.
Okay.
You could write it on the back of Rodri's card if you would like.
And do we
I have given you Rodri's stats. Kim currently has Rodri's stats as
He's
well.
got some containers on the outside of the
On the wagon.
On the wagon.
Yes, not on Rodri, but I will put whatever is on
And
Rodri's
then
card is on
there's
the
an
wagon.
interior, and
So it's a covered wagon, so it's just like 4 people at a squeeze. Like
Okay.
you are literally rolled up like little sausages next to each other. You can't move.
Can we all?
There
like,
is
sit in it?
seating, so like you can sit inside as well.
Like all of us can.
Yeah,
sit
and
in it to
there
travel.
are windows, but they're shuttered windows, so at night you can shut them, or if there's
nice.
rain. There's also like a little window that connects to the driver's seat. 2 people can ride on the wagon. It does move slowly. It moves at 30 feet. It can't run or anything like that. Rodri just moves at a slow, dedicated pace.
Okay.
Which is what you would be moving at unless you were in a hurry, basically.
And can we like hasten him if we need to?
Only if like in a chase, and
Yeah.
even then his stamina is going to drop real
Sure,
quick.
yeah.
Like this is not like a purebred racehorse. Like he's very dangerous over short distances.
But he can just keep pushing on at a regular speed.
Yeah, like he just moves on. Like he'll just plod away.
Okay.
And with a wagon, like that means that like you can eat things like you can eat meals like and not have to stop too much and stuff like that.
And short rest and stuff, I guess, right?
Yeah, in theory, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
All right.
obviously for a full rest, you will need to stop. Cool. So
Very nice.
with that,
What a
then,
setup.
I will take it that is the sign of you are all ready.
Okay, I feel like I forgot something. Did we leave some like lanterns lit in the tavern? No, just that one on your head. But maybe I left like some money behind. I'm so nervous leaving a place for the first time. Have we got everything? Have we got the food? Have we got the food?
I think we've got everything.
Okay.
Just double check. Do you want me to double check for you?
Oh, please double check. I'll do a triple check after that,
Okay.
and then you can quadruple check after that.
I don't know about a quadruple. I think that'd be too much.
We'll see in the moment.
We'll see in the moment.
We'll see in the moment. We'll see in the moment. I think I've got everything.
Gruff's just stood next to Rodri, just like huffing and sighing and being like, just like wanting to get on, get out. Like if he had car keys, he'd be jangling them, like.
So we have got
Come
the
on,
car
now,
keys.
we've got to get moving. We're not going to be there. We're going to be late if we're not leaving.
Roads are
anytime
going to be
soon.
really busy if we don't go services station. It's going to be a nightmare.
to stop at a service station.
Tom is a nightmare for services, by the way. En route to the fucking live show, stops off to buy Pokemon cards.
Hey, well, bro, hang on, bro.
And Rhiannon, I will mix the 2 of you in.
I don't know why I got targeted for that one. She bought them first. I bought them in response.
There is photo evidence of you.
There is photo evidence of me. And for
I went
reference,
in, went
they
out
were all
still.
shitters.
Right.
I had one good one.
With that, then,
that's true.
You make your way out of the south gate of Ashen Rest, the tall town walls, the towers that were once a symbol of danger, as they were part of the plot of the Lamplighters, begin to drift into the distance as rolling green hills. It is spring. Let us see what kind of day it is.
Everyone say bye, house.
Bye, house.
Yes.
I miss it already.
Lana.
Yeah, but when we come back, it's going to be beautiful.
You are in the late spring.
Oh, lovely.
And so as you begin to journey, you see the very verdant, enriched soil of Caldra lends itself to sloped vineyards and great fields of crops and vegetables. You begin to bypass little farms here and there, the occasional little roadside stop-off point and things like that. And as the afternoon goes on, there is a heavy rain that begins to fall down. Perhaps one of the last showers of the late spring, as these heavy droplets and dark clouds cover the sky. What kind of things do you think you would all be doing on this journey? Not just today, but throughout the journey. What is kind of your typical day of travel for each of your characters? Like, what kind of responsibilities take on? What kind of activities do you do?
I think Gruff would definitely be fussing on Rodri and just looking after him, like making sure he's fed, kind of giving him, cleaning him down at the end of the day, taking the saddle off so he can graze at night, just making sure, he's good and good to go.
So just looking off and driving the wagon, it sounds like?
Probably,
okay. All right.
I think there'd be a restlessness a little bit to Xanthias. Like, he hasn't travelled too much, but doesn't like to be sat just in the wagon for the entire journey. Like, the bumping would be enough to annoy him just a little bit, so he gets out and just walks alongside it, like almost just stretching out constantly, like, come on, looking in the distance. There's a target over there. It's not getting any bigger, and just waiting and praying for the time to pass. But yeah, just some sort of restlessness, I suppose.
But keeping your eye on the horizon, it sounds like, kind of looking forward, looking to what is to come.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost expectant of, like, if we go past a particular, forested area or something like that, I'm still keeping an eye. I know my perception is garbage, but I'm still concerned
Just asking
about
what your characters do.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about, the...
Well, we know that gnolls and stuff like that bounties are around.
And we do have a couple of bounties for those.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's happened before. It'll probably happen again, but I'll keep an eye out just in case, a nervousness to the journey.
Yeah, makes sense. That, if you're restless and nervous, you would be looking at what else is out there. Not interested in, say, the animals or the slow progression.
Also, just in impatience.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What about Ophelia?
I think Ophelia would be excited. New possibilities on the horizon, new adventures to have. But there'd be a tad anxiety, I think, just on where her next meal's going to come from. I think she'll be watching for the wildlife, seeing what animals are around that she could possibly feast on.
Okay.
But yeah, I think she's quite positive for the most part, just sort of pottering around, watching the hills roll by.
Okay. All right. What about Daisy?
Probably sitting up top with Gruff, but watching, looking at the nature and the wildlife and doing some drawings and stuff.
Okay.
Pretty chill, I think. And she would probably, while Gruff feeds Rodri and takes care of it, just be fussing him instead.
I think Gruff as well will be endlessly telling Daisy about, I don't know, how to look after, because he's become an instant expert on this, he's not necessarily, but he's I think just having, an animal to look after again, like Sarah and Ira,
I think that it would have been very common, even in Ice Heart, for there to be, local community animals that, everybody has a shared responsibility for. In Ice Heart, everybody shares the work. It's all very communal.
Yeah.
So there would have been, not thunder lizards, but, furry, suited to the cold weather, snow
Shaggy little
yaks.
mammoth.
Yeah, a little mini mammoth and things like that, smaller scale, but they would have had pack animals like bisons and woolly mammoths, basically, mammoth milk, and things like that. So yeah, you've been around these animals. Animal husbandry is not an unfamiliar thing to Gruff. So
I think just having a little animal to look after again, not having Seren and Ira, he would just be talking Daisy's ear off about how to look after Rodri and what to look for.
Cool. And then what about Rowan?
Rowan will be enjoying the walk because he's quite a nomad anyway. He likes to roam. So he's positive. He'll probably sing a song now and again, just to do a little bit of a morale boost. But also he'll be like, and he'll run up to some sticks and stuff and, yes.
What is it, Rowan? Are we there yet?
This steak smells so good.
What really? Oh, that
Yeah, I
smells
think
like.
some sort of animal may have peed on it.
Yeah, no,
recently.
it definitely did. Why did you give that to me?
What do you mean? There's so
okay.
much you can learn from the sense of nature.
Oh yeah, animals. They piss here.
Yes, so there might be a resting spot nearby.
Okay. I'm going over there now.
As you make this journey, the rain drifting and falling, it is not long before you begin to see on the horizon the twisting serpentine form of the Ruby River, one of the famous rivers of Caldra. It runs all the way from the Fangs of the Empress all the way through the valley. Caldra is made of many different smaller valleys, but it also is a province. It forms one great valley in between the Obsidian Mountains, the Fangs of the Empress, and the Crimson Peaks. The river sort of winds its way through, eventually passing through Pharos and Emberford and many of these other places. You see barges slowly drifting up and down it, either being pushed by great poles in the against the current, or going with the current, just lazily drifting their way down. You see fishermen on the shores, trying to, hoping for some river fish, perhaps for their dinner or to sell at a market. You even see panhandlers. The Ruby River is so called because very often it brings riches, it brings metals, even gemstones will pass through. And so you see where they get to the sort of lowest parts of the river, they'll be there with great nets and sort of these great mesh-like devices, sifting the sands of the riverbed, trying to see if they can catch anything of value in that particular area.
So is this like still a well sort of? I mean, obviously we're not.
You are
super
like
far from
just
Ashen
outside
Rest,
of Ashen Rest.
but it's
You
still
are
like
in a
quite a
safe
very
area.
well maintained. Like the road itself is.
Yeah, you're following the Imperial Highway currently. So yeah, this is not a problem at all. The way I'm doing these mechanics, I'm still using my journey rules, but I've changed it a little bit.
Okay.
I've assigned you roles based on the answers you told me.
Oh no! I'm sorry,
Because
guys.
No. I want to do that because I think it's better to ask you what your character is doing and then give a roll based on that.
Okay.
It also makes it more interesting when and if certain things happen. Now, Rowan, you are the leader and you were sort of initially guiding this, so you were going to be the first one to make. I need you to make a survival check to see how the journey goes.
You got your magic toad ball. What's it saying?
It's always on the partition, so I don't know.
Survival.
Survival, please.
13 plus like a million. It's fine. It's all good.
Great.
Plus 7.
7.
20.
20.
Total.
Yeah, you are currently in an easy region. You're on a main road. You're on grasslands. It's not particularly difficult.
This is road.
It's,
Don't hold this.
what is that?
I'll just give him some dirt.
Oh, lovely animal. What is this?
Just hold on to that for a second, please.
Okay. Yes. Yep.
I made him hold that.
Is this not important?
For no reason.
Rowan,
It's just like
I'm
road.
trying to help you out.
Just road things.
Oh, road things. Oh, great. Yeah, good. Wipe it off your arm. Yeah.
So as you're going about this, the first night comes and goes. No issue. Don't encounter anything on the road. I would like you to mark off 1 ration per person if you are going to eat rations,
20.
or you can try and forage.
Rodri.
Or you can try and forage.
We could begin when we get close to the river, I think. Like waking up in the mornings and doing a bit of fishing, like me and Gruff or something. Or
Yeah, I mean, you are close enough to the river. Like these next 3 days, you will be close enough to the river that you can, easily fish each day if you wanted to.
Gruff, can we wake up in the morning and get some fish and I'll make fish stew?
That sounds positively delightful.
Yes. I'll bring my hat, just in
We
case
don't-
it's too dark.
We don't. No, we don't need that. Will disturb the fish and let you know they're there.
Good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the first night, you're not going to fish though. You're just going to eat your rations.
Have
whatever.
some
Cool.
rations.
So if you can mark off 1 ration per person.
So
It'll be 5 for you because you're not traveling. Percival doesn't need food, luckily.
Does Rodri need one of the animal feed?
He's got separate feed.
He does have separate feed. No, right now you're in grasslands, so when you camp, you can just leave him to graze.
Oh, cool.
For now.
All right.
So if he's ever in an area of grasslands or vegetation, he can just munch away and graze.
Sweet.
If you get to areas where you can't do that, then you're going to need the feed.
For the group information, I have put Rodri's feed and our feed on the wagon.
Great.
You can debate whether this is a wise idea or a terrible idea.
I think I should carry all
wise.
all of it at once.
I feel
I mean,
like
it's quite a lot of
we
food.
should probably split.
Things like tents and stuff like that.
Could probably put like a couple of days worth each in our own pouches. Just wondering if
Just tell me how you would like to divide it, and I will make a note of it. Maybe like 1 day's individual, like everyone has one individual.
Divvy out.
Emergency day ration.
Yeah.
In case we split off for whatever reason.
Okay.
You've got some food on you.
Yep.
That makes sense.
It comes to the evening. You begin to set up camp. You have the wagon. I believe that everybody but one of you. Well, actually no, because you have Percival as well. But Percival obviously doesn't need to sleep.
No.
You can just, but it's up to whether Ophelia wants him out in the cold and wet the whole time. But you begin to make camp. You can choose. Who's sleeping where. But Gruff.
Hello.
As you were kind of looking over after Rodri and like making sure you were checking on all the supplies and the rations, you have a choice. As the quartermaster, which is what I assigned you for your role, you can choose. You can make an ability check to try and improve the conditions of your camp. So this is setting a lovely fire, making a nice meal, making sure that like all the bedding is properly, dried and stored and everything else because it has been raining. But it is a choice. You don't have to do it, but it is a survival check or whatever other ability check you feel is appropriate. So if you were cooking, for example, it would be using cooking tools, or if it was setting a fire, it's a survival check.
I'm going to do a survival check.
Sure.
Because I have +7 on that.
Alrighty.
18 plus 7.
18 plus 7. Yeah, I
It
think
is the Ritz-Carlton up in here.
you set a lovely campfire going. You make sure that all the bedrolls and like things like that are all well and dried. You've made sure that the shutters on the wagon are sealed, and so that there's no rain that's gotten inside and things like that. You make the camp improving its quality to fine.
Nice.
As you are carrying the wagon and stuff, you have that to rest in.
All our stuff was new with tags. We had to take out all that.
And Rowan, you have a tent, don't you? So you
do
can
have a
sleep
two-bed
outside,
tent.
and with the fire there to
Yeah.
warm it up. It's chilly, but it's not cold. It's like a late spring. It's getting warm in the days, but at night the temperature just drops a little bit. Rowan, as one of the things you were describing was that you were singing and playing music. I've put you down as morale, which means can you make a performance or a persuasion check for me, please?
Certainly can. +5.
17.
17, yeah. With that, throughout the day, Rowan has been playing music, singing songs, just keeping the mood and the spirits of all of you as you travel uplifted, and even sat around the fire, maybe you play a few notes on Sostenento and just add to the atmosphere, making the weariness of this journey a little bit less as the stamina cost is all reduced.
Rowan is so upbeat as well. Like, it's a palpable excitement of, like,
This is the life, everybody. Like, you could really just smell everything and touch everything, and nature's all around us. We're not surrounded by walls or houses or people, just us and nature.
It's a lot more calm and peaceful out here. I've missed it.
It's lovely.
I feel like I've been describing myself like a Zoomer kid. I need Subway Surfers or something. My brain rot. I need something.
You need an iPad.
iPad kid.
Thanks to Rowan's excellent skills as a navigator and as a guide, the group of you progressed this way for 3 days, following the Ruby River. You have to, if you could please mark off 2 more rations per person, unless you were going to forage, like you said. You did say you wanted to try foraging.
Yeah.
you want to do one. You want to forage with us? Forage
Well,
on your own.
yeah, what kind of foraging are you talking about?
Forage.
Red meat forage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, well,
Those of you, so anybody who wants to try things like fishing or hunting or gathering mushrooms and things like that, you can either
hard can it
do
be?
survival, nature, or like fisherman's proficiency and stuff like that. You have the fisherman background, don't you?
Yeah, so I think
So I believe you have a
advantage.
special thing where you just roll and you catch that many fish or something.
oh yeah.
I have harvest the water. I gain advantage on ability checks for fishing. You can maintain. I can. So if you're near water, you can maintain a moderate lifestyle while working as a fisher, and you can catch enough food to feed yourself and up to 10 other people each day.
God, that's
So advantage on a.
10 people.
Yep.
So does that mean you could reasonably do like 2 days worth of food in one day then?
Potentially.
I rolled a 15 on a survival.
Sure.
To forage. Probably Daisy's using like foraging for mushroom stuff
Yeah,
like
to
that.
add stuff to the meal and stuff, yeah.
I will,
Because, like, it's fine to catch fish, which
yeah,
will
yeah.
keep you sustained, but it's not going to make the nicest meal if you don't have, like, herbs and veggies and stuff.
I know
to
what you
go with it and
mean.
Stuff. Yeah.
Just
Just eat a raw fish.
raw fish or like cooked on fire. You don't need much. It's just a fish speaks for itself. It's fresh. It's beautiful.
Have that for 12 days in a row.
Gruff
Just
is
watch
perfectly
your-
happy with that.
I'm sure Gruff
These
would be.
pampered children, city folk.
So Daisy, success. You managed to go and gather, like, you know, be like wild mushrooms, maybe some like wild radishes and like little and ground vegetables and berries and things like that as well. Rowan, what did we do?
20.
20. The same thing for
I
you.
go fishing with Gruff.
Yeah, between you and Gruff, you catch enough that for these 2 days, you don't need to mark off any already bought rations. You have plenty of food, and you can choose the next time you have a camp whether you want to try and cook those food, those fresh ingredients in something. But you have enough to sustain yourselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 22 on survival.
22,
as well.
perfect. For you, I don't even think we need to roll. If it's fishing, you don't need to roll because you can just fish. You just catch it. Ophelia.
I got a 10 on nature.
10 on nature. You managed to probably catch like a single hare, like a rabbit. Like, you know, you try and, you know, I don't know how would Ophelia hunt? Because you don't have like traps and things like that on you.
She'd probably be like an ambush hunter.
And just wait
right?
and then like magic spell it or something like
yeah,
that.
she'd probably just like
Chill touch.
She'd probably like spider climb in a tree, like wait in a tree,
Upside
and just
down.
like just bah! Just lash out with
Batman's
veracity
it.
or like with a spell.
I'm gonna say it's enough to sustain like any bloodthirst for a day.
A day.
Right.
Okay.
So by the second day, you are starting to crave it quite heavily. Because I'm not going to roll for each day. We're going to roll in chunks of time based on your rolls, right?
Sorry, what type of
Ophelia
creatures?
get like
A hare.
Is there
Ah, okay.
is there a certain amount where it gets like unbearable for her to have like
Maybe.
or do we just not know that yet?
You don't know that yet.
Is there like a
Yes,
threshold?
I don't even think Ophelia knows that yet.
Not got that to that point yet.
Mark knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark knows. So yeah, for 3 days, which I believe brings you to just before the hills west of the Ashen Citadel. Because you do have to count the square directly out after Ashen's Rest. So 1, 2, 3.
I rolled like piss, by the way. I did nothing for that survival check.
No, I assume so.
There.
What do you mean you assume so?
So yeah, you are just before the hills, so right on the Ruby River.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like one. Yeah. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you, Rowan? So
Yeah.
after 3 days, because you rolled so well on your navigation, that means that you encounter a travel event or after 3 days, right? So the way it works is that normally if you succeed that check, every 2 days you roll a d20 to see if an event happens. One of those results is nothing happens. Because you rolled so well, you get an extra day of travel before an event occurs. Events can cause like things like extra stamina. They could be random encounters. They could be nice things. We don't know what they're going to be. But I need you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Just straight up.
Just straight d20. No modifiers, just
2.
That smile.
Okay.
That DM smile.
Oh. Red dragon.
Did I write? I've got several of these. Right.
I didn't even care for 2.
Didn't think you were going to roll that bad.
Shit.
So far, this journey has been
So lovely.
just so serene and delightful, everyone. It's really
Xanthia.
nice to travel with you all.
Refresh.
Ophelia, Daisy.
Oh, just us three?
Based on the 3 things you described me that you would be doing during the journey,
Okay.
I placed you all as lookouts.
Oh, shit.
I need
Sorry, guys.
all 3 of you to make perception checks.
I was looking out Arcanery.
Nope.
Okay, perception.
And again,
10 is not
Oh.
this region. 10 is not a
If I'm
success.
12.
If I'm driving Rodri a minute, looking...
You, based on your thing, you
success.
specifically were looking after the animals, which is a quartermaster.
I've
thing.
already rolled.
Oh.
I could have used a fate, but I've already rolled, unfortunately. I get a 13.
Just
Really?
success. Because of the region you are
I
in.
perceived. I'm going to rotate my entire
If
character.
you were in
for this.
if you were in difficult terrain, that would have been a failure. But because you're in like open grassland,
Oh.
it is a success.
Oh, I did it!
Well, you know what, Tom? I'm going to give you the benefit then of this
Of having to warn
to
everyone.
roll 2d6 for me.
2d6.
Let's see what you get.
what's your structure?
I think this might
This drive.
be. Do I want high or low though?
We don't know yet.
You kind of want one in the middle, right? At least.
I want low. I think I want low.
Low.
I rolled extremely high. 11. the
11.
second highest result I could
How
get.
many enemies?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Right.
I might be 11 red dragons.
We might have to do this one with no map.
Great.
That's all right, 'cause it's not combat, right?
No, it's fine.
It's
It's
a-
chill. You don't need a map for roleplay.
Campfire stories.
Is this combat?
Yeah, roll that magic eight ball.
Xanthias,
Better not tell you now.
as you are all traveling along, everyone going about their business, you can decide why it is that Xanthia spots this, but
Because I've got crown steel.
as you are traveling, you notice something, a kind of movement just off. You're off the road at this point. You are following the river, but there is no road. You are out in just wild grasslands, and there is, shore to the river, but then as you get further in, you get copses of trees here and there, little scattered little moments and things like that. But it's actually, what you spot is a small, ruined now, probably very old, but it looks like maybe it was once like a little shack or like a fisherman's hut or maybe like a little farm cottage or something like that. The area around it is all thick with wild grasses, heavy, thick, tall reeds and grasses all around it. And it is a sickening sort of crunching sound that you hear. And you see the shadows just inside this ruin ever so slightly shift. And you see that there is something big in there. Now, because you are not ahead of the party, you basically prevent you guys being surprised.
Sure.
As something in those ruins becomes aware and comes running out. You see this malformed, massive creature, maybe like 9 feet tall, green, mottled, dark olive green skin. Its arms are so long, they're like dragging along the floor. Its face is distorted and its jaw is almost distended. Its lower jaw hanging out far beyond where its upper jaw meets, and these huge tusk-like teeth, this thick scraggle of grey and red hair trailing all the way down its back, growing out of its back, joining into its back hair. It wears filthy rags, but it leaves very little to the imagination. As this creature just comes barreling out towards Rodri and the group of you, sensing food or something, and then behind it
Oh, God.
they look like hands that have grown little tiny legs and faces and teeth, but they look like the creature's own limbs. There's one's an arm, 2 are legs, and one just looks like an ear that then has grown a sort of half body out of it.
What?
What the hell?
As these creatures come pummeling towards you.
Just 3 days out of Ashen's Rest.
Well, somebody rolled the worst possible result on the events table.
Wow.
Wait, it's two.
That was old Chris Trott over there, the 2, 1 and 2.
And then I also rolled. Was high bad for that particular?
There was no
D6?
high and low were both equally. It's the random encounter table.
Sure.
Which I don't often do, but
Oh.
I've taken a little. I'm like, I'm going to enjoy a little random encounter table now and then.
Why not? Why not?
And for the benefits of, because your characters don't know this, but for the audience's benefit, and because I am using the wonderful Flea Mortals from MCDM, because I really like their stuff.
Okay.
The creature that is charging towards you. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to give you any meta.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
can
at least
guarantee
for
I
me
won't
and
know what it
Daisy being from this area, is there any chance?
This thing is some sort of vault spawn. You have no idea what this
Okay.
thing is.
I like to imagine that I'm sort of.
I think because it's quite open terrain, we're going to go without a map here.
Okay.
This, basically, all you have, this thing is right in front of you. I'm going to tell you now, you can try and run from this thing. It looks quicker than Rodri. It moves it's moving about 40 feet around.
Okay.
Rodri can go at 30 feet around.
Yeah.
Right? There is a river to your sort of like right-hand side. There is just open, thick grassland to the right, and then you have this ruined cottage that the creature is running out of towards you. So it's going to be a pretty flat open field. There's like, I'm going to say, 40 feet. Like, this thing is going to get to you in like a round. Like, it's
Okay.
like you got
Okay.
within, like, you saw the shadows moving in this building, and then you were managed to be like, something, and then this thing
I like to
bursts
imagine
out.
that the reason I spotted it over necessarily anyone else is like I saw this sort of ruined building, and for some reason that just spoke to Xanthius, where he was almost like, I wonder who lived in this place. Like, what was their life like? I wonder if they've moved on and lived happy
Oh
lives.
God,
and
what
then
is that?
Something out there.
By the scions!
With the body of this thing, like, oh, okay, yep, more death. It's just like another depressing thought for Xanthius. Like, this thing running towards us now, and all of its gross little underlings. Ugh.
Pretty grim.
So, let's do initiative.
Oh.
Daisy.
Hello.
Hello.
21.
21 for Daisy. Xanthius.
That is an 8.
Gruffith.
20.
Rowan.
Dirty.
7.
And Ophelia.
19.
19. Percival is present, so I'm actually going to need you to roll initiative for Percival
Alright.
because there is a chance he may get hit and stuff, so
Do you need a Rodri?
I will need a Rodri as well, actually.
Out of interest,
Or rodders.
in the time that we've been travelling, can Percy drive the wagon?
If he was instructed to by his mistress, he could drive the wagon.
Okay, that's good to know.
Percy got a... Is that a 1 or a 7? It's a 7, isn't it?
It's a 17.
It's a 7.
Wait.
That
Oh,
one.
that bit. This is 7.
It's
Yeah.
a 7.
7 total?
Yeah.
All right, and then Rodri.
2.
2. Perfect. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That he goes like,
Yeah.
the poor little Rodri just does not sense something is coming. Yeah, so Daisy,
Why
you
is it
are...
always freaking...
Because you've got high decks, man. You're a brick. You're going to have to put the
But I
paintbrush
always
down.
roll well for only
know.
that.
Do you have advantage on it as well?
No,
Oh, okay.
that was Ayla.
So, Daisy, you are first right. I believe that we
So-
currently have Daisy and Gruff are on the wagon. So that would mean that Xanthius, Ronan, Ophelia, and Percival are all off beside the wagon.
Okay.
I will try and keep like a loose map, but it's going to be like you're going to have to theater of the mind it as
I
best you
mean,
can.
The wagon.
out of interest, we're running from this, right?
We can't, you
Well,
just said.
You
The
can
race
try.
is too fast.
I know, but like,
Rodri is slow.
we don't want Rodri anywhere near this thing at the very least.
Well, we could
I don't
steer
think Rodri has a
away,
choice
yeah.
in it right now.
But
I
we're
think
gonna have to
Rodri
defend.
to keep going and to steer away. I'm going to also stay away from it, but I will throw a blade in its general face.
Okay.
Hopefully. That's a natural 20.
Okay, we're not running from this.
All right.
I don't have sneak attack right now, so.
No, sadly
true.
not. But a critical hit, the blade, and you're going for the big creature at the front, right? The blade sinks into this thing.
Nice.
Okay. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's called 12 points of damage.
What type of damage? Radiant,
Radiant.
right? 12 points of radiant damage. You watch as the blade sinks into this creature. And it just seems to get angry as the blade sinks in and vanishes. It like scrabbles at it. Go ahead.
A bonus action. That's only that's a 2 on the dice, so it's not probably gonna hit. It's a
2 total.
9.
9 does not hit. No, this thing. I don't think it is quite quick. Not super fast, but enough that it kind of dodges now to the side, more wary of its prey, hoping perhaps it thought you were just simple merchants or travelers or something, not expecting to be hurt in this way.
Sorry.
Keep going, Rodri.
Anything else on your turn, Daisy?
No,
action,
I
bonus
think
action?
is it. Does Rodri only move on his turn, or can I?
It would be
Can I
currently
make-
Gruff has the reins. Gruff can make Rodri move, so Gruff is currently in charge of Rodri.
Then that is everything for me.
All right, Gruff.
What is it? Is it an action or a bonus action to make him move?
I would say it would be a lot of other class abilities, like when you have animal companions, it's in your turn as a bonus action, you can give him another command. He can also on his turn just move, but it will basically be my decision what he does.
Yeah.
If you want to make him specifically go somewhere, you have to give him an order.
So I guess bonus action, I would like him to move
Yep.
away.
Okay, so he'll like start turning. Whereabouts there's the river on one side, so the only place you can go is into the thick grass, basically.
Yeah, if that's the only way to go.
Yep.
Like, that's away.
He will move. Do you want him to just move, or do you want him to try and take the dash action?
Yeah, let's have him dash. Little boy.
Okay. So he will get 60 feet away from his current position.
And that's my bonus action.
Yeah.
Because for an
It's your bonus action.
So I
So
guess
so keep in mind, you and Daisy are on Rodri, all of the others are not. So Wagon plus Rodri and Daisy and Gruff are now far to the north.
Just trying to protect Rodri.
Yeah.
while he starts moving, can I give a wave of my staff, kind of actually almost pointing it at the river and then waving it across, and then rising up from the river is a giant tidal wave.
Okay.
What?
What's the-
crashes down.
Yeah, can you just give me
So
the
the
full
range is 120 foot.
Yeah, that's where you can start,
And
I
then,
believe.
and then the area can be up to 30 foot long and 10 foot wide, and up to 10 foot tall. And each creature in that area must make a dex saving throw.
All right.
So I'm trying to get the creature and everything.
I'm going to say it just barely hits it because it's right close to the edge of the river. Because 30 feet's not that far, but I'm going to say it does catch it.
It doesn't need to come from the river. I'm just thematically thinking.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
yeah,
you can
do it
I
from
can
you
do
can
it
come
from
from
a point.
Yeah. So in that case, you definitely.
For flavor.
For flavor,
Nice.
absolutely. In that case,
Cool.
you can hit all of it, all of the creatures. So the little weird limb creatures, they're like cut off hands and legs and body
I'm
parts that have
imagining-
sprouted faces and other arms
Bigger
and legs.
Are they bigger than normal?
They're like the size of like a gnome. They're like they've grown body parts of their own. It's like this big creature in the middle has had its arm chopped off, and then that arm has then grown its own arms and legs and a face and ears and teeth.
But he
and
has
is
also
now-
regrown that arm that
Yeah,
he lost.
yeah.
I kind of love them.
yeah.
I kinda
They're gross,
know.
but yeah.
They
I
are.
love them.
So I'm making dexterity saving throws.
I feel like if I had children, that would be my children. Dex 15.
Dex 15. The big one passes. The little one passes.
I didn't hear any of that. You want to say that again, Chris Trott?
All right.
While I'm paying attention to you?
3 of the little limb creatures fail, the other 2 succeed.
So, on a fail, creature takes 4d8 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. On a
Wow.
successful, it is half damage, isn't knocked prone, water splooshes.
Okay.
So I rolled an 8, 8 is 6 and a 7. Holy shit.
That was a
Me.
fucking
That's big,
good roll.
big roll.
Jesus.
16.
Sorry, 8, 8, 7,
8,
and a
7,
6.
6.
16, 23, 29 damage.
29
That's
damage.
good.
So half of that would be
Still good.
14 because you round down. So 14.
Nice.
So you watch as all 4 of the little limb creatures, even the one that succeeded, because it takes half damage, they were minions, they get obliterated. So crushed, they just squish to the ground, are like bowled over, or just break apart. You know, they just seem to just fall apart instantly. The big creature is not knocked prone, it kind of stumbles back like, wet, down, lie, wet.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
Thank you
speak.
for the
I think
I
we've
don't speak
established a
whatever
dialogue
language that
here.
is. Yeah.
I think he said, "Wet don't lie."
Right.
I thought you said don't like.
That is anything else on your turn?
that is me.
Alrighty.
Wet don't like.
So you guys are, the wagon is basically 60 foot away from the creature now. But it leaves Xanthius, Rowan, and Ophelia back where the wagon was.
Yes.
And the creature sees the
that.
3 of you, and that's far away. Oh, but there's 3 tasty things there.
Yeah, that's
Yum,
what I
yum, yum.
wanted anyway, so.
It is going to charge. Sorry, I need to check. So it's actually Ophelia next.
Okay, Ophelia would like to rage as a bonus action.
Okay.
Sure. And then I will, as an action, cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
Oh.
Surround yourself in icy frost. What level do you cast your spells at?
Just a level 1.
Just level 1. So 5 temp HP.
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
And
On a
then-
barbarian as well, that's.
Yeah,
Spicy.
and just to make it once again clear, I don't care if she rages and casts spells. I really don't care. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'll just charge at this creature and try to just intercept
So you're going to try and intercept it first off.
Yep.
What's your movement speed?
30 feet.
Okay, it was 40 feet away, so you're about 10 feet short currently.
Cool. No problemo. I'll just be there ready for it.
Yep, sure. Anything else on your turn,
No,
Ophelia?
that's good, thank you.
Great. This thing is like, dinner's coming to me. It steps up to Ophelia.
How convenient.
It is going to, so Ophelia, it is going to try and bite you with its huge, deformed, malformed jaws, and then it's going to claw you twice. So, bite. Huh. Oh, maybe lucky. 13.
Doesn't hit.
All right, the bite, you managed to dodge out of the way as the bite goes wide. The first claw, though, is a 25.
Yeah, that hits. You take 5 damage.
Yes. I take 5 points of damage.
Is it frost damage? Ice damage?
It's cold damage,
cold
yeah.
damage,
You, on the other hand, take 8 slashing damage.
Slashing, okie dokie.
And then it's going to hit you with its second claw. That was very cocked. That is going to be 24 to hit.
Yep.
That is only 5 points of slashing damage.
Alrighty.
Yep. And that's what it does. It just kind of bites into you. It's like, "Rah, hungry, feed." All right.
Yep.
That is its turn. Then we go to, they're all dead. Xanthius.
Oh my gosh, he just ran in. I'm going to chase after Ophelia, who just Leroy Jenkins her way into the fray there.
Classic Ophelia.
How much movement did you have, sorry, Ophelia?
30.
30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can basically
It's next
catch
to
up
Ophelia.
to you. I would like to, if possible, move in such a way. I want to do an earth tremor, which is a 10-foot range, will hit every creature, but I don't want to hit.
Yeah, you just target it behind the creature.
I think it comes from me as a thing.
Oh, then yeah, you could stand like to the north of it, basically.
If I'm able to.
I'd say you can angle it.
Position myself that way. In that case, I'd like it to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
That's an 11.
It fails, in which case it will take 1d6 of bludgeoning damage, 2, but it is knocked prone. The ground in that area is, if it's loose earth or stone, which I believe it is, will become difficult terrain.
It kind of like, and it slams to the ground, confused as to why it lost its footing suddenly.
Okay, and I will call it there. There's an action to do, so happy to
End of turn?
do that there. Leave it prone for at least a turn.
All right, Rowan, then Percival.
Rowan is going to move towards everybody else.
So you basically move up next to Ophelia, basically.
I'm still 10 feet away from it, right?
No, because it moved up to engage Ophelia.
Okay, I won't go fully close to Ophelia.
So just behind Ophelia?
Just behind, and I'm going to whip out Sostenuto and do my custom spell, which is just Vicious Mockery, but I call it Vicious Tone.
Okay, yeah, nice.
So it sends a piercing psychic damage tone that resonates in the brain.
Why wasn't it called
What
that?
kind of save is it?
Wisdom 15.
0.
Oh, wow.
My head! Get out of my head, Charles!
My name's not Charles.
Does it have a head?
This thing does, yeah. This is the big
points,
one.
5 psychic damage.
5 psychic damage.
Is a cantrip.
Yeah, you watch as it like clutches its head. It starts like bashing its head, like, make it stop!
He also has like a
bashing its head.
disadvantage on something, right?
Yes. It has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Okay.
Nice.
At the end of its next turn.
Okay. Nice.
Because Vicious Mockery, it's fun to literally.
What would Percival do?
First of all, is he on the wagon or is he off the wagon?
It's up to you. He could have been in the back of the wagon or he could have been walking alongside you.
He's with us and he's like, what's happening?
I think
It depends on what the last command he was given,
the
basically.
person would have been with me,
Okay, so he's like off the side of the wagon, so he's like stood back where you were.
but I'll command him to stay away.
Okay, yep, he just, he'll move. He's already quite far away from the creature, so he just stays where he is.
Okay,
He doesn't move any closer.
cool.
All right, anything else?
That's all good with me.
All right, Rodri has already moved on your turn, Gruff, so does nothing, basically. Just already taken his turn. Alrighty, we then go to the top of the round, which is Daisy.
So we've moved 60 feet.
Yes.
But
Yep.
we're still, but then they've moved, so we're still within 60 feet.
You're within 60 feet, yeah. They were moving horizontally, you've moved vertically north.
Yeah.
Yep, you're just in range, and you do have the wagon between you and it, so I'm going to give it a tiny bit of
Well,
cover.
can I move?
If you want to, yeah, you
I'll
can jump
move
off.
so that
yeah.
I'm
Sure.
on the ground, and I will.
I did
not-
also prone it though.
Oh, that's true. So yeah, you'd have advantage. Oh no, ranged attacks.
Disadvantage.
So yeah,
but I'm-
disadvantage.
Why? Because I'm.
Because it's prone. Prone creatures, you have disadvantage to attack with ranged attacks. It's-
Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Good for melee.
That's true.
Well, I probably won't hit it then. So
Total?
12.
12 is not enough. Unfortunately, your dagger would have hit the creature, but just as it's about to is when the earth tremor causes it to stumble and slam into the ground.
Fuck off.
You run closer.
I
you
pat
get closer.
Rodri and go, it's
Rodri.
okay, it's fine.
Yes. Rodri, by the way, is just like, well, okay. Like, doesn't seem
my life
frightened or
now.
anything. Like, you're guiding him. He's not being attacked. If he gets attacked, then I'm going to, like, make checks to see if he panics. But
This way.
Okay, I'm
just
just
like,
count-
now I'm going
just
this
counting
way.
See the
Rodri then.
danger right now.
Yep, love it.
He's got blinders on.
In that case, Gruffith.
That would have been really good.
Rodri's fine.
Am I allowed to cast Moonbeam in a way that it doesn't fucking blast Ophelia? It's just like on the edge. Like she's not.
You can target it just behind the creature at the moment, yes.
Okay. Don't walk in.
I won't walk into the moonbeam
Don't
this time.
Okay. Right. In which
so
case,
inviting.
It is inviting. This is fine.
Gruffith will point his staff,
Bernie.
Saren will fly out, and a moonbeam will come crashing down on this weird little freak.
Okay. Fails.
Sweet. Well, he's prone as well, so.
Yep.
I don't know, that should be like more damage. Oh my god!
damage.
You are rolling
I
like
rolled 2 10s.
That's insane
yeah.
damage, even on the tidal wave.
Yeah, I said level 2, by the way. So yeah, 20.
So, oh, yes, it's 2d10.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You watch as the creature, its wounds are badly burnt at this point. Like, you can see that the creature is taking these heavy blasts. But the three of you who are around it, this thing is so unnaturally tough. And even some of those wounds you can see are knitting back together.
Right.
It is, yeah, it does not look like this thing is going to go down very easily. But the moonbeam surges from the sky, pummels down onto the creature itself. Anything else on your turn, Gruff?
I guess I'd encourage Rodri to keep moving. Like, maybe not
Another-
a dash, but like
So another 30 feet?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You are now 90 feet away.
Yeah.
All right, end of turn.
End of my turn.
Ophelia.
Ophelia will plunge veracity into this creature.
You have advantage on all these attacks because it is prone. Melee.
Oh, buckaroo. Oh my goodness. 15.
Does just hit.
Oh, thank God. So that's a 7 on D8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 damage.
11 points damage. What kind of damage is Veracity?
Veracity is piercing damage.
Piercing damage. You plunge the blade in, and as you pull it free, the blood has this strange green Icarus tinge to it. And as it's on your blade, the blood itself is like twisting and mutating. And is that like a tiny hand that's trying to carve out the blood? And as you flick it away, it just breaks the hand apart.
I hate that. I hate that.
I love this.
Don't drink that.
I
You just polluted the river with this shit.
Disgusting.
No, because it came.
Anything else on your turn?
I think that is. No, I'll move back a little bit while it's prone. Actually,
It does still get an opportunity attack. It just has disadvantage.
bring it. Let's do it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move like 15
Oh,
feet
this
back.
is where.
Oh, it has disadvantage anyway.
It's gonna try and bite you.
Yeah.
Has double
Yeah.
disadvantage. Mega
It
disadvantage.
rolls a 1 automatically.
It does
Yeah.
not.
Oh.
That's still only going to be an 11, though.
Doesn't hit.
Pretty bad. So, yeah, it manages to, like, as it tries to chomp you, manage to get away.
Nice.
That does leave now Xanthias, the only one within range.
Sweet boy.
Yeah, that's cool.
On its turn,
Zanny.
Yes.
it's going to stand up.
Yes. I forgot it takes its turn first.
Ooh.
It sees something special in me.
It is going to.
Kindred spirit.
So it is going to use its crash through ability. It moves up to its
Or not.
speed in a straight line. It can enter the spaces of large or smaller creatures during this movement, forcing those creatures to make strength saving throws, please. So Rowan, Ophelia, and Xanthias. It is going to burst through you to get to the other side of Ophelia and Rowan. So it like charges through the group of you because it's a large creature. So it's going to move through all of you.
Get advantage.
20.
This is a strength saving throw, so no advantage because it's not danger sense.
She's raging though.
Do you get it on strength saving throws? I think it's only ability checks you get rage bonus.
Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure it's only on ability checks.
Strength check and saving
Oh,
throws.
there you go.
Not
All right,
sure it's
correct,
everything.
corrected. So you do get advantage.
Okay.
What do we get, Zan?
3.
Fail.
20.
Success.
Nice.
18.
18 success. You are going to take half damage. Xanthias, you take full damage, and you are knocked prone.
Oh, revenge.
Revenge.
Rwenge.
turbo next, right?
It is, yeah.
Ooh. So that would be 19 damage to Xanthias,
Cute.
bludgeoning.
Yeah.
And so that
Spicy.
would be 89 points of damage to Ophelia and Rowan.
Halved for me.
It doesn't move in through any objects, so it stops there. And then it's going to basically turn around. That's its full action, actually, sorry. So it does that. It just bursts through the group of you and is now on the other side of Rowan and Ophelia.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It's burst through the group of you, basically.
And you're not pruned. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No.
Sweet.
No.
Oh.
In fact, if it's its full turn, I'm actually going to have it. It's going to go diagonally, so it's going to get 40 feet closer towards the wagon. It's going to start.
Oh, it
chasing
is
after the
trying to-
wagon. Yeah, it's going to see a tasty meal. You guys keep hurting it. It doesn't like that, so it's going to be like, out of my way! It charges through you, and then it starts just running after the wagon.
We
So it's
said
going to move
hot
40
rod.
feet away from the three of you.
It heard hot dog.
Yeah. Alrighty. That brings us to its turn.
You know you're in trouble when Ree shakes your head at one of your
Xanthias.
jokes. Hi. I will spend half my movement to stand up, obviously. Mm-hmm. If this nerd is trying to rush towards the wagon,
Yeah.
I've seen how it handles wisdom saving throws. I'm going to hold person. Is it a humanoid, actually? Speaking of.
Hold.
Well, do you cast a spell?
What is a humanoid if not
Yeah.
a thing with arms and legs?
A humanoid is an elf, a dwarf, a human, a dragonborn, a hobgoblin, a goblin,
Right.
an orc.
This is probably a
Not a
monstrosity.
creature, yeah.
Be a monstrosity.
It's not called hold monstrosity, is it?
No. Hey, does 2024 have additional rules about this? Because
Well-
one person sucks dick.
Maybe it
I've
will.
seen like hold creature or something.
It does.
Hold monster.
I know there is a hold
spell.
monster and hold
It's a high-level
creature, but
spell.
it's like I don't know what it applies
Yeah,
to.
but
Anyway,
person's kind of.
whatever. I'm gonna
Great against normal human enemies.
do
see one.
scorching ray.
You guys have fought almost entirely humanoid enemies except demons. You've fought like gnolls, you've fought like bandits and cultists.
Historically, whenever we've tried to use hold person as a spell, it's never been in.
No, I've definitely used it before. It's just it's weird. I don't know what humanoid is. Maybe I'm
Literally
just-
what I just said,
I'm just
like
dumb fuck.
elves and orcs
Yeah.
and gnolls.
Not
and
this guy. I'm
hobgoblins
going to
and
assume not this
goblins.
guy. Fine. I'm going to
Bugbears.
use. I wanted to try to stem the healing anyway with some cleansing fire. So
Okay.
I'm going to do El Clasico, a scorching ray on this guy to see
right.
if this has any additional effect on him because I don't think we've tried fire yet.
Scorchio.
Okay.
But that is three bolts of fire. The first is a 24,
Hits.
then a 25,
Hits.
then a 13.
The 13 misses, but the first two hit.
All right, 4d6 of fire damage. That is 5, 10, 15 fire damage.
15.
Unenhanced,
Fire
I
damage.
feel like I should say. Does fire melt that weird?
You
feeling?
watch this creature does not like the fire. It's kind of like, it's all of its red and black hair is beginning to burn. It's like putting itself out with its giant claws. It does not like it. It's like, bad, go away.
Sorry. And that is my turn.
That's your turn. All right.
I am standing now,
Rowan.
thankfully.
Rowan, seeing the fire, causing a bit of a problem for old slackjaw weirdo.
Yep.
He's going to strum really hard with everyone watching. End of turn. He's going to cast Silent Image in front of this creature as he's going towards Roderick. It's going to be a 15-foot cube of fire.
Okay. Yep.
Oh.
So 15-foot cube right in front of it, basically.
Yeah, just
And he's pretty
erupt.
It can get around it, but it would obviously take extra movement to go around
Make
it.
it look
but
violent.
it looked like this creature staggers back. Like it's just like, and it just turns back and it looks
no,
at the
fire.
three of you. It just looks at the three of you immediately. Like it's lost any interest in pursuing anything beyond that fire, and now it's going to look towards you.
Excellent. Bonus action.
Yes.
Bardic Inspiration.
Xanthias,
Yes, Ron.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
Well, thank you.
You're gonna do so well.
I will. I am. I will.
Bardic inspiration.
Does Percival? Right, Rodri's already had a turn because you moved him on your turn, Kim. So anything for Percival? If not, we jump straight back to break. Actually.
I'll just keep Percival out of the way for now.
All right, we'll just keep it out of the way.
Yeah.
So with that, we see this creature having become frightened by the sudden sort of column, this cube of flame in front of it. It kind of reels back its enormous clawed hand. No! And it just turns around like, you bring fire! Die! And that's where we're going to take a break.
But between me and it is Ophelia and Rowan, right? So
No,
it's you
no.
then.
it charged through all of us.
It moved through you. They'd moved off slightly, and then it was you were right next to it. So yeah, you are currently you're only 5 feet distance. Like it's like 10 feet between you and Ophelia and Rowan. But yeah, you are currently separated.
It's okay. We'll be dead by next turn.
Maybe.
Definitely.
We will see y'all after our little quick break.
Nice.
See you in part 2.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Welcome back to part 2 of Altheya the Dragon Empire. Our characters have left Ashen Rest on their wagon with their new mount, Rodri, their beast of burden. They are making their way across Caldra towards an area called the Ash Hills in pursuit of a missing knight, Sir Eldrak Ignis, on behalf of Lady Emberissa. They have travelled for 3 days, travelling alongside the Ruby River through grasslands, and as they begin to near more hilly countryside with in the very far distance ruins just barely visible. They came across a small sort of broken down, perhaps an old fisherman's shack or some sort of old stone cottage from long ago, as some horrendous creature, a random encounter did strike, and they are now engaged in a battle with this hideous thing. Its 2 long limbs, its greeny, scale-like hide, black and red matted fur, huge distended mouth with a jaw that's too big on the bottom, huge tusks, is attacking them.
But it's kind of cute though, right?
It was accompanied by arms and legs that had their own arms and legs, but they're all dead
limbs. Yeah.
Yes.
From some huge damage rolls from Gruff.
And these are all from the good people at MCDM's Flea Mortals, because I really love this monster book. I think it's the best monster book out there. There you go. So with that, we are going to jump up straight to a brand new round.
Yeah.
Which means it is Daisy followed by Gruffith.
Very good. Hello.
Begin!
Begin the fight.
What's the positioning on the board again?
So we basically have we are doing this theatre of the mind because I didn't have a map ready because it was a random encounter. So we currently have Rowan and Ophelia stood next to each other, about 10 feet from Xanthias. The creature moved through them diagonally up towards Rodri, Daisy, and Gruff, who are on the wagon.
Yep.
I got off the wagon,
You're but just to the side of it.
Yeah.
You're just to the side.
but I haven't moved with it.
No, you're just off of it. It's not moved since then, so I think you're okay. Oh no, yeah, that's right. You got it before Gruff moved it. That's right.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So Daisy is just behind this cube of fire that Rowan has conjured. So for Daisy as well, this huge column of fire just erupts in front of you. It is silent though. There's no noise, no crackling.
Do I know enough to know that it was Rowan?
You would have seen Rowan cast a spell and then the fire appeared.
And also I went,
Okay.
oh no, fire!
There you go. So Daisy is just beyond that column of fire. The creature is just just on the other side of it.
Sure.
And then Gruff and Rodri and the wagon are about 30 feet beyond that fire. Mm-hmm. All right.
But he is afeared of fire, turning around.
He seems to be deathly afraid of the flame and has turned towards Xanthias, believing that Xanthias is the one who's conjured this flame.
I am a fire starter.
Yeah. So yeah, Daisy.
I don't like fire either, so I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna back up, so that I'm further away, but I'm still within range of him, and I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah, you can get at least another 10 feet away, and then you'll be 30 feet away from this thing.
I can be 60 feet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, you could just move all your full distance. You can basically go join Gruff and the wagon.
Sure, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Okay.
And I will try and hurt it.
What have I made?
18 plus 7.
18 will hit. Unfortunately, there are no allies nearby.
Yeah, I'm cursed with.
It's just
that.
every time the positioning is
time-
right, you miss.
Every time. Yeah, I'm fucking cursed. Okay. I rolled a 1. Cool. Yeah. 5 damage.
5 points of damage. This thing does look really beaten up. Like, it is covered in ragged wounds, but burnt by radiant light, seared by moonlight, you know, flames, everything.
Does a 15 hit?
Just barely.
Okay, well, it still hits. So that is gonna be.
D4.
2
2?
plus. Yeah,
2 points.
Wait,
Yeah,
is it plus?
I think for your Radiant Blades, it is? I'm not sure.
2 plus 4.
That's 4.
Okay. The thing seems to... The wound, like, you see Daisy throw these golden radiant light daggers. It thuds into the creature, and looking at the wounds, like, this thing goes, like, straight into its chest, into the back of its head. It should be dead, but it is not. It just kind of, like... and it stays standing.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
That's it for Daisy's turn.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
And then we go to Gruff's turn.
I would like to move my moonbeam, respectfully dodging around any allies.
How far can you move it?
60 foot.
60 feet. Yep. In that case, you can move it around onto the creature.
So if you could make a con saving throw 15.
I do succeed.
You will still take 6, 7, 8, 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
That's already carved.
The moonbeam soars over the creature, gets like battered. You see its flesh is just ripping off from the radiant energy, you know, being burnt by this intense light, but it is not going down.
Stay down.
This thing is like you can see like raw bone, and and then as soon as it begins stepping out of the light, you see its flesh is knitting back together again. It's regenerating as it moves.
And the fire's not having any effect on.
Well, it's just an illusion. It's
No,
not
my
real fire.
my like scorching ray.
Where the scorching ray hits it may well, it's not your turn.
I know. Yeah.
It's Ophelia's turn.
Hold on.
Oh,
It's still Gruff's turn.
true.
How far away am I from this thing? With Roger?
You are now. You would have been 50 feet away from
Yeah,
it.
40, 50.
I would like to instruct Rodri in my bonus action to.
So it's an action to move the moonbeam, bonus action to Rodri.
I'm gonna make him dash. Yeah. So
Okay.
60
Yeah, he just
so-
goes chasing off. Yeah, he's miles away.
So I'm kind of like 120 foot or something.
Yeah, you are now 60, 110 feet away.
10.
Cool.
Okay.
Bye, Gruff.
Yeah, Gruff is just.
I know you guys can take care of yourselves.
Ophelia. It is 40 feet away from you.
40 feet. Okay. Ophelia will run her full 30 feet towards the creature. And I will use my baby, if I can find it, let me get it on my face.
That's a lovely song.
I'll use my Crimson Fury to increase my weapon's reach by 5 feet.
Okay.
Or I can throw it. I'll throw it. I'll throw Veracity.
Yeah, I like to imagine that you basically coat the blade and then shoot the blade out like a spike.
Yeah.
Like you like flick it and it's like.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. So, yep. So are you moving, sorry? I was reading something at the time.
Yeah, I'll move 30 feet.
Yep.
If I'm going to throw it, I'll move like 20 feet.
Okay,
That's it.
so you're 20 feet away.
Yeah, and I'll throw Veracity towards the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, get it.
13 to hit.
Not enough. This thing is still quick enough on its feet that it dodges to the side. The blood spike flinging past its head.
I think that's all I can do for now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Alrighty. It's go. It is going to move up. Ophelia, you have moved closer, so it is going to just come for you.
Uh-oh.
You didn't reckless attack, did you?
No.
Okay. It is going to move up to you, and it is going to try to bite you.
Go for it.
That is going to be 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Everyone's got such high damage rolls today.
Yeah. 21 points of piercing damage, and you watch as it bites into you.
Oh, she has.
It is. You almost feel vitality and life force drained off of you, and you watch as its wounds now heal massively. Like before, it was like slowly regenerating. It heals an immense amount after it does that.
So 21 half, that's
11.
Does
Yes.
you halving it affect how much it like recovers?
Yes, it does. Okay. Yes. So you would have actually take 21. You take 10 because it's rounded down. So it does. It does. Correct.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's
cool.
damage
Yeah, I didn't
dealt.
know if it was after the fact.
No, it's damage dealt. So
Sweet. You give up less blood.
yeah, I'm assuming that doesn't down you though.
No.
Okay.
Still up.
It still has that's its a bite. It claws you now twice. The first one is going to be a 16,
Hits.
and then the second one is going to be another 16.
Hits.
The same thing twice. First one is going to be 7 points of slashing.
Half to 3.
Yes, and then 5 points of slashing, half to 2.
2. Cool.
So you watch as this thing just desperate to try and bite Ophelia again.
Okay.
That is its go. We go to Xanthias.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So sorry, I wanted to try and determine if the fire was helping.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
He hated it.
Perception.
He did hate the fire.
Hated it.
He did hate it, but I want to know if that's actually like stopping him from knitting himself back
I'd like
together.
to make a perception check.
Perception. All right. That is a 0, an actual 0.
It's too
a
much
natural
going.
1 minus 1.
You have bardic inspiration, don't forget.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm glad I didn't use on that one.
There's too much going on. It's
Too much
hard to
going
see
on.
its detail and its body. It's now fighting Ophelia. Yeah, there's a lot of distracting stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to try. He hates fire. He do be hating that fire.
You do.
I'm going to use my bonus action to use my Dragon's Breath, which is fire. Dex save from this guy.
Yeah. What's the range on your Dragon's Fight? 30-foot line you can do? It's a custom version.
It is a custom version. It is a 15-foot cone or a 5x30 line.
Yeah,
so whichever
you
will
just have to
not
move
hit anyone.
slightly forward and to the side so you don't catch Ophelia.
Yes,
But
yeah.
dexterity saving throw? That is a 4.
Fantastic. That is 7 fire damage.
7 points of fire damage?
Yes.
All right.
And that is a bonus action to do that as well.
Oh, yes, it is true.
So
it's
for
not a
my-
spell.
For my full action, I would like to do. I think I'm going to try Chaos Bolt because that will give me more variance on my damage type. I think he's scared of fire, but I also want to see what other stuff might affect it.
Okay.
I almost want Force to appear
Okay.
because I feel like I need to shatter this guy apart or something. I don't know why, but I will do
your turn, my man.
a Chaos Bolt, which is
Added inspiration.
I
If you want.
didn't, but it is a 22 anyway.
Okay.
Hits. Which is 2d8 of damage, and I can choose the type based on what I roll. Here we go. A 6 and a 3, so 9 damage of either fire or 1, 2, 3 poison. I'll go with fire again.
You go with fire. You're going to do fire damage?
I thought poison is not going to do too much. So yeah, fire again, which is 9 and another d6. 1, so 10 damage, 10 fire damage.
You watch as the flames of Xanthias' magic, the fire breath and mixing with the bolt of chaos that turns into this streaking sort of red comet. As the flame hits the creature, you can now see what Xanthias didn't perceive before, is that where flame had hit it, that regeneration was no longer, that part was not regenerating.
Oh, good, okay.
As the troll is burnt to cinders and unable to regenerate, its body tries, like as it dies, you can see that its vital parts have been so badly damaged by the fire that it collapses to the ground. But you see, like, the cuts and the stabs, like tiny little arms trying to grow out of them. Or, like, out of, like, cuts, like a little ear grows and things like that. But then it all just seems to ripple and twist and warp and mutate, and it just falls dead.
Falls to the ground. Come on, Blast, you're dead. Notice you're dead.
Yeah.
I love him.
Oh, wow, what was that? Oh, it was disgusting. So close to Ashen Rest as well. Oh, get that blood away from me. It's growing.
Well, at least it's away from Ashen Rest now. At least
Oh,
it's
at least
gone
it's
for
dead.
good. Yes.
Gruff! Gruff! Can you hear me?
Gruffus is calmly just turning the wagon around.
Oh, good job getting Rodri out of here, and the tidal wave as well. Oh, that's gonna give me nightmares.
Oh, the tidal wave.
Not the tidal wave, the goo and the hands and the legs and the eyes, and it just wouldn't die. It wouldn't give up. Oh,
Fascinating little creature, isn't it?
no, no,
Is this normal around here?
no. I've never seen anything like that or heard of anything like that.
It's a wild spawn.
Oh.
That explains it.
You're saying something corrupted this thing?
Or it came out of the vault, yes.
Gruff, as you bring everything back, now the fight's kind of died down, your passive perception is
Burgeoning.
15, 17? 17. You can smell the cottage that it came from. Like, there's a very strong smell of, like, decay and rot. Whatever it maybe was, you would estimate it was probably eating something back there, quite, something substantial at least. And you can smell that there's something quite pungent in that area. The creature itself begins smoldering and burning. The hide, though, the creature's blood and hide, like I said, like, it is dead, but parts of it are still trying to, like, regenerate. And whatever this creature is made of has incredible regenerative abilities.
Oh. Wait, you say it's a vault spawn, Rowan? Does that mean, do you think people would be... Oh, I'm not going near it.
Would more fire work?
Sorry?
Would more fire work?
I could get rid of it. I'm just wary. Is this something that... Hi, Siri, stop responding to me. Is this something that we might be able to take back and people might be interested in and pay us for?
Well, if you want to take a risk of skinning it while those little
Not
hands
skinning it,
try
no,
to
I'm just
grab you.
bag it up. People seem to be interested
It
in
is
researching
massive.
vault
This thing is like 9 feet tall. It's a large creature. It's huge. It's very broad-shouldered. It would weigh a ton to like try and carry the whole carcass back.
I mean, people would pay us to kill gnolls and recover proof of that. Maybe we can get something for this thing, or people could research it, or I don't know.
We could take a sample back, perhaps, to Blackwing. Maybe they could find something useful.
Possibly. Do you think it will still be here on the way back? I don't want this thing next to me.
If we send word for Blackwing, maybe to come out and investigate, perhaps? I don't know.
I don't think Blackwing's leaving their tower.
No.
I could skin it if you want.
I don't think it's worth it. We have to sit in the wagon for a long journey. I don't think we should be taking something stinky with us, or something that might just grow another arm and strangle us in our sleep. I just don't think we should do it.
All right, burn it.
Burn it? I'll use produce flame, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can take a moment. It takes you longer than you would like. Like, even summoning produce flame every 6 seconds, just slowly burning this creature away. More parts of it are like trying to regenerate and grow, but, eventually after, maybe a minute or 2 minutes or so, you do manage to basically render this thing into ash. And it just leaves it and just leaves a black stain.
Good. It's not coming back, at least.
Yeah.
I think while he's doing that, I'm going to wander up to the cottage and have a cautious, use my staff to maybe poke the door open and...
Yeah, well, it's a ruin, so there's no really a roof on it or anything more, maybe a bare half of a thatch. The smell is quite overwhelming, Gruff. You're travelled and quite seasoned though, so you managed to kind of hold your stomach. You've dealt with rotten fish and things like that before, but this is vile. You can clearly see that this troll, this creature, had made some sort of nest in the corner where it had a bit of cover from the rain and wind, but it's clearly that it's been defecating and urinating all over the place. And then you see the bodies. Some of them are animal bodies. You find things like local cattle, some wolves, a few deer.
Wolves deer?
All very mutilated.
Hides?
Well, these aren't Ash Hill. These are normal wolves. But also amongst them, you see the remnants of what look like caravan guards, like guards that would normally be hired to protect a wagon. Half-eaten. Very, very rendered down. Their armor sort of torn apart and rendered useless, not really salvageable. There's like rusted blades. They've been left out in the rain and things like that. But you do see a slightly more well-dressed man. He's wearing sort of more merchant-like clothing, and he has bandolier and like satchels and things like that on him that seem to be undisturbed by this creature. Didn't seem to be interested in whatever those were. And they are sizable. Like you can see that they have something in them.
I guess cautiously, could I actually have a mage hand.
That's right, from the staff, right, with Saren.
Yeah, so can I send Saren out to...
Yeah, it takes a minute to like lift and like pull the satchel away. It kind of forces the body to like slump forward, and then Saren has to like drag the satchel off of it and fly it to you. It's blood-stained, the satchel. It's kind of soiled, but you immediately pick up and feel the weight of coinage and something else, something long and slender in there.
Yeah, I would just want to, like, in terms of RP, Gruff would be more doing this because he's trying to find out who they are, so he could send word back. Not looting. But if there's incidental loot, he's going to see
we're
what
still playing Dungeons and Dragons, and this is part of the game.
Yeah.
You open up the satchel, and you see a few things in there. There is a small leather-bound notebook. Looks to maybe be some sort of, like, trade journal. Like, you know, bought silver in Ashen's Rest, traded flour in blah, blah, blah. That kind of, like, you know, a ledger.
Yeah.
Like a merchant's ledger. And there would be a name. The name in it is...
kind of smeared with blood and water. It's hard to read.
The merchant's,
I can't read.
The merchant's name is Vandu Mittal. Vandu Mittal. He seems to be a merchant of the Suncrest Isles, based on sort of the things that he's written. But that's not the only thing in there. You do find a coin purse, which has 140 gold pieces.
Very nice.
As well as a beautiful, slender rod. It is tipped with a kind of glistening, pearlescent opal, and it is engraved with gold and silver and all sorts of beautiful imagery of feathered, angelic-looking beings. And you can see that there is script written in a language that you do not understand.
It's not Druidic.
It is not Druidic.
It's not Goblin.
It is not Goblin.
It's not Leonin.
It's not Leonin.
It's not Common.
It's not Goblin.
I don't know why I picked that, but...
Weirdly...
It seems to display... the feathered individuals are all armored, heavily in sort of like plated skirts and armor and wielding weapons. And in fact, you've seen one of those swords before, because whenever Daisy takes on her celestial image, she wields these kind of Roman-style blades, like a gladius.
Yeah. Nice.
And it looks like those. And you can see that the figures around the rod almost seem to be escorting some sort of prisoner.
I speak celestial.
Yeah, I was going to say. Hey, Daisy. Come look at this.
Can we look at it outside the stinky building, please, Gruff? It's really smelly in there.
All right.
Yeah, how is it in there?
Bad.
Okay.
You don't want
No,
to.
I don't.
In fact, I don't know, you... What are the rituals for death around here? You might want to set fire to it. There's a lot of... Well, cremation.
Yeah.
Like
just
cremation.
burn it to the
cremation.
Yeah, all right.
It's bad in there.
I mean, produce flame, you can just throw it in.
Yeah. I throw it behind my shoulder.
No.
No.
It's very bad in there.
Oh, what a shame. What a waste.
No, it's rotten.
I mean, with your heightened senses, Ophelia, even if you get close, you can smell how rotten. It smells like the House of Rot in there. They'd have a field day.
Yeah,
They'd
love
it.
Yeah.
House of Rot would love it. Rowan, was there saying just before I cut to Daisy, it was you like...
I had comprehend languages.
Oh, okay.
I will
All right.
let Daisy.
Yeah.
I can speak celestial.
So you begin examining it, Daisy, and immediately in your mind there is a sort of sense of a bit of an alarm from Nim. Perhaps not immediate, but there's worry. The text written on it, it's almost contract-like in its language. The rod bears some sort of seal. It would say it would be like, our servant, your duty is known. your path illuminated. Go in our blessing. And it would be, there would not be a name on it, but there is a symbol. And it is Nim who recognizes that symbol. That, little one, is the symbol of the 12th Legion. A celestial legion. One of the armies of the Lucent Peaks. They are known for collaborating with mortals to seek out deserters. And on that word, deserter, you know that there lies a heavy weight on Nim. I don't know why this is here, but somebody was given this as a gift by one of the commanders of the 12th Legion. Someone, a mortal, who forged a bond, a pact with them.
Does that mean that can they track anything through this? Is this bad?
I don't know. I am no mage, little one, as you know. I have no power to identify the enchantments and spells upon it. I just recognize the symbol and the iconography, the wording. This was I know people who have given these sorts of gifts to others. One of my commanders would do this. They used mortals as spies to try and find deserters, or to seek out others who have forged pacts with the demonic powers, who have forged pacts with the Gravefather, such as, and you feel Nim sort of thinking of Ophelia, to seek out our enemies. There are mortals who come to the celestial powers in the same way that Ophelia has come to the Gravefather. They bargain for power, and in return, the celestial legions give them a purpose, a duty. In this case, it was to track down spirits like me.
Okay, so I'm going to... Should I take this with me? Should I leave it? Should I take it? I guess it's evidence, right? Should I take it?
I mean, evidence to what? This is...
That someone was around here?
Yes, perhaps. Perhaps the merchant did not even know what they had. Perhaps I don't know. But it has power. It will have power. It is given as a gift to those who forge these pacts. It will... But I think only those who have forged pacts can use it. I do not know if others can use it currently. But perhaps that can be undone. Perhaps it can be transformed in some way to be used by people that use magic. Perhaps there is a way we can find it to benefit us. I don't know.
Well, I think we should take it with us, because if there was someone in Ashen Rest who knows and maybe saw me there,
Perhaps.
and maybe will
Perhaps.
jump to conclusions and correctly jump to conclusions and... Okay, I'll take it with me. I'll just... Do I tell them? Do I tell the rest?
Your judgment on that is far better than mine. They are your friends, and they have stuck with you, and you have been there for them. But I'm afraid that my days of trust are long gone. You are the only one I trust.
Okay, well, maybe I'll tell them, because maybe one of them can also help identify it. See if there's any power. I just want to know if it's tracking anything, because if it's not tracking anything, then I think that it's better that I have it than anyone else that's looking for people. Maybe that man was looking for the people and he's no more.
Perhaps it could very well be. Or perhaps he found it or traded it, or perhaps he was bringing it to someone. I could not say. Perhaps he is like that tiefling, the trader.
Charlatan.
You don't hear that.
I know, but I just feel a tingle.
Kim.
I feel a tingle and gruff at charlatan.
But yeah, that is what you hear in your head. Daisy's doing that thing.
While she's doing that thing,
Yeah.
can Gruff be going through the journal and seeing if there's any mention of this rod or something like, in there?
There isn't.
No.
What is
It's
it?
never listed.
Daisy's gone into that far away again.
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. It's just you seem very you still reading this?
It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing.
Oh, what does it say?
I think it's a bad thing. I will tell you about it, but I'll take it with me for now, and I will tell you about it. But I don't want to tell you about it near where we found it, just in case someone hears something. I don't know. I'm being paranoid.
I think it's just...
We just stood behind in the front of like a burning cottage.
Yeah, I think the only people that would know about it were in there.
Well, it's just that, so there's people who hunt down celestial beings.
Oh.
And
okay.
This looks like a contract for somebody to hunt them down. Like someone will be looking for them.
Why do they hunt down celestial beings?
Because they think that they're deserters. And I don't think that's fair, because really they had a horrible time and they should be allowed to just exist. But people still hunt them down, and if they find them, then I don't know what they'll do. But it's not good for them or me.
Because your Nim might be considered.
Yes. So, I don't know who's looking and who had this, but whoever it was is not someone I need to be near. And it's just, I think that we need to maybe just be aware of it. Because you all accepted it and people in Ashen Rest seemed fine, but some people do look for it and make pacts.
You very, very visibly and publicly, you showed that you weren't, that there was something there. And a lot of people thought it was the work of the Scions and the Saints, but the right people who know what to look for would probably be able to tell what that was. So if somebody did see it, they might know.
Okay, well, what do we need to look for? Do they have a particular, I don't know, outfit, symbol? Are they celestial themselves? Are they...
No, they would probably be mortal. They would just be regular people.
Nim would probably speak up in your mind. Those who form these bonds, sometimes they are able to summon celestials to the mortal plane, and they accompany them. So it may be that there may be active celestials traveling, looking for deserters.
Would they know by just looking at me?
Many celestials can hide their presence to others, but yes, they celestials can see lies. They know hearts. You cannot lie to an angel. My power to do so is diminished now that I am bonded to you. I cannot perceive the world in the same way I once did, but a living, an embodied celestial present on the material plane, if you lie to them, they will know. If you disguise yourself magically, they can see through it. They can see the invisible. They can see the ethereal.
So just don't want to be caught by anyone. And maybe just keep an eye out if anyone has some kind of powers like me.
Okay, yes.
But also that's why I keep moving. I just always move around, because then it's harder to pin me down.
So does this thing have a name on it? Like your...
Does it have a name on it?
No.
On the scroll?
It has the symbol of the 12th Legion, but probably very intentionally done, because with angels, if you know their true names, that can be used against them and stuff. Same as demons and devils. But no, this is, to simplify things and sum things up, like this is basically like it's given to a warlock. This is technically a Rod of the Pact Keeper that I randomly rolled up.
Sure.
Made into the narrative. But this is basically would be a gift given to a warlock, and you can have celestial warlocks. So this is a warlock who made a pact with a celestial being, and in return for that power, they are charged with hunting down deserter spirits like Nim. And this rod is like a symbol of that duty. It's like, we are giving you this power, you can wield this, and you know what you have to do.
Okay.
And so it's like a branded
It's a very
sword.
glamorous contract.
Yeah, but it also is a magic item of itself as well.
Does anyone know what this might do?
What do I do? Oh, I mean...
It has some power, but I don't think I'll be able to use it because it's not mine.
It's not like the rod that was in the mines.
No.
Thank goodness.
Well, I don't think so. I hope not.
I hope me either. It was terribly powerful.
It will take an identifier spell.
Yes.
I do not have that ability. I mean, I could just...
I am going to do another thing because I know what Rhiannon's like. Just going to remind Rhiannon that she does have certain items in her inventory. There are magic items that Ophelia has been carrying around for some time.
What? Rhiannon!
What ones?
Do you remember a certain dwarf who had like a weird monocle thing?
I do remember that, yes. Now, what does...
Something just fell out your pocket there.
Just because I knew Rhiannon had forgotten about it, and which is why I'm bringing it up.
Rhi, can you make your inventory public? Can you write it out
You
and put it
just
on the
share it
table?
with us.
Oh, Ophelia, you just dropped your bag. Oh, let me gather this stuff for you. Oh, there's so many blood vials in here. This is disgusting.
This is a physical representation of what my brain is like,
yeah.
and there's me keeping track of everything.
Yeah. Oh, look at all this stuff. What is this?
despair.
I remember this.
I've known about it for so long, and I was like, if they find a random magic item, I'm just gonna remind Rhi that she
Don't
has
give
this.
it to Rhiannon. Just give it to anybody else.
Yeah. She picked it up. I put it on the table. It was open for it, and Ophelia was like, "Yeah, I'll put that in my bag." And I was like, "Nobody will ever see that item again." It was like the gun. I had to physically make an encounter so that people remembered the demon gun was a thing.
What is... I vaguely remember this, Ophelia. What does this do, and what does this say in your inventory?
You have a card. I gave you a card for it.
You have a physical card for it.
It might be in your drawers.
Don't even. That drawer is so full.
Curse roll.
Sorry, hang on.
It's a mini roll.
Yeah, that's an empty mini roll.
Oh my god!
Empty Kit Kat.
Just wrappers. and
There's your extendy claw, some more... Another extendy claw.
Iris. Hold on, pull out that fat wad of cards you've got there. Hold on. We're not finishing at the one.
This is all the
What else
inventory
have you
from
got
like
in
previous
there?
campaigns as well.
Oh my god, you got the
Drawing
rusty.
of
Anything else in there?
There's so much in there. We could spend a whole episode.
Okay.
looking at
What is this fat wad over here?
You know what? The thing is that she recently cleaned this out.
Potion.
How many cards do you have?
That's your vitality potion. Yeah, that's your one.
Oh, that's where it went, right at the back of that drawer. It's so dusty.
Oh, a Starian, yeah.
Oh, you kept your
We're done with the
husband in
Starian
there.
though. Starian's done, isn't it, Ray?
I'm taking this away.
Why?
Gail's been there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She's made the correct choice, and she's now.
Oh, okay. Well
forget.
done. Oh, you have to be attuned to it. I suppose you weren't attuned to this.
No.
It has been identified, though. I believe Blackwing identified it.
Yeah, Blackwing identified it.
Okay.
Is that a whole set of dice?
Yeah.
A whole unopened box of
it's all-
Dune dice.
Dune dice,
The
yeah.
Doom dice.
Hi everyone, welcome to my brain.
How's Harkonnen dice?
It's just the fact that she cleaned it out not that long ago.
This is like
I
a
watched
knife's
her
edge
do
to an
it.
intervention.
I watched her do it. I can't.
Hey, this, by the way, this is fucking legit.
It's cool.
Leave the cards out. Leave the cards
I'll
out.
just put this all back inside.
So the
Don't put the trash back in there.
That's garbage.
Do not put the. Stand up. Go.
She's just launching trash around the room now. All right, well, the gold sight eye, just for those who can't recall, like me,
Why's that?
you get 3 charges, D3 at dawn, increases. When attuned to this item, which no one is, you have advantage on intelligence investigation checks to examine objects or discern illusions. Pretty useful. You can also spend 1 charge and use an action to cast one of the following spells: Detect Magic, Detect Good or Evil, Detect Poison and Disease, and Identify.
Those are all so useful.
They are, aren't they?
It's a wondrous item.
Just a little cute trinket that Ophelia just likes to look at now and again.
Well, yeah, I got that. Don't need to use it. Put it in the bag.
She's such a fucking magpie.
Yeah.
No more. No more.
I mean, if anyone is interested in maybe using this, if not, I'll take it.
I'll use it.
No.
No.
Why
it to- give it to
weren't you
Percival.
attuned to it? Do you have attunement slots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just
of us have anything.
She's just been carrying it around in a bag.
No, okay.
It's just been in the bag.
We could have put this into your sunglasses or something.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, I could have done.
No, no, cool as hell, yeah. All right, anyway, well, did anyone want this? I just found this on the floor amongst all of Ophelia's bag trash that fell out.
Like lint.
Yeah.
So much lint.
Do you want to?
Maybe you should use it.
All right, fine. I'll attune to this. Why not? The gold sight eye. Let me just add this to my inventory real quick.
Makes you look real smart.
I can't identify this scroll, this contract. Sorry, right now. But I will be able to after attunement.
Yep, which you can do like
So I'll be able to do that like tomorrow.
Yep.
Anything else in here? There's quite a bit of. There's no money actually because you spent it all.
I spent all my money. I've got platinum.
You have a platinum.
I've
You
got
do
5.
have.
You keep
got-
offering it to people.
You do have 5 platinum.
I've got
Yeah.
5 platinum.
Okay.
gold?
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you say I spent all my money on,
I had a little bit left.
Yeah, good, because I'm glad you didn't spend all of that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this dog in
platinum.
here. It probably needs feeding.
What's this? This is an empty potion bowl. Such a glamorous. Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, that's a very nice. You just spilled so much shit all over the table, picking up one thing.
Rhiannon, this is an intervention. It needs to stop.
Hey, if we're going to do an official intervention, we're going to make it a members video.
Can you swing the PT set over this way?
No.
Look at how much
I
stuff
know.
she has.
It's my trinket corner.
But yes, I will attune to the gold sight eye.
Coming, it's trying.
Yeah.
Don't look at my shame.
It's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad.
It's had a clean.
I think it could be
recently.
worse.
It's had a clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the drawer underneath that's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
the
It's not that bad.
So,
It could be so much worse.
It could be so much worse. It does look
y'all
nice.
It does look
finish up around this cottage of death, having defeated the troll and the limb gimbles. By the way, that's what the
Limb gimbles. I
troll
love
limb
them
gimble.
so
Yes.
much.
Yep, from old Flea Mortals, Limb Gimbles.
Limb Gimbles.
I am gutted, because I don't think you guys will fight another one of those. If you had dealt 10 or more points of slashing damage, you make a new Limb Gimble. You cut off its hand, it would grow a new hand.
I was wondering
Limb Gimble
when that
would
was going to
grow.
happen, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cool monster!
Very
I
cool
like
monster.
facing off against just new stuff as well.
I
It's
love
just-
that.
And it's not new because it's a troll. It's like a common
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But it, like the way I described it, and because it was like slightly different mechanics to what you're used to,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were like, "What the fuck is this thing?" So
Cool.
It's a cool encounter.
I want them as my children.
Yeah. So with that in mind, you guys continue on your journey.
Okay, I would like to attune to this while we're going.
So absolutely. Like at the end of the 3rd day, basically, you will take a long rest. You guys can take your long rest. Or actually, before we do, you need to check. You're going to have a standard level of camp, but
What max can
Rowan and Gruff, you guys can make a performance or persuasion check to kind of ease the journey. Actually, no, sorry, you've already done this. Sorry, I'm getting my things confused. The way I'm doing it is we do it in chunks. You don't need to roll, either of you.
Okay.
All your checks that you made earlier still count for the whole journey. So you have a very pleasant camp to remain in. You take a long rest. When you take this long rest, because Gruff has been working to provide a very comfortable, good environment for your rest, all of you gain the well-rested burnt buff, which is until for the next 24 hours. Next 24 hours or length of the journey. So it could be 2 days, it might be 3, it could be 1. You basically have +1 to ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. So you get an extra +1.
Wow, all right.
All right. But it only lasts for the next journey segment, basically, until the next journey event.
Sure.
And then Rowan has made it slightly. The battle with the troll has added to some of the stamina cost of the journey.
Yeah.
But Rowan is also musically kind of making that cost a little.
But that's also
less.
something we've massively negated by just traveling with this wagon, right?
No, there is always going to be an element of
but
exhaustion at the end of a journey.
It's not that we're running the entire way.
No, absolutely not. So the next thing is we now then begin like sort of another sort of step of the journey.
Yep.
So who are you staying with the current tasks? Are any of you going to change how you approach how you travel?
I'm gonna stay with Rodri.
Okay.
Gruff, I found a stone that looks just like you.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that.
Craggy, yes. Looks just like me, doesn't it?
It's got like the mane and everything.
Lovely. Thank you. What is this?
An animal peed definitely on this rock. But
Right, what
I can
has-
clean it if you like.
What hasn't an animal peed on?
Yeah.
I point at Xanthias.
Hey, no animals peeing on me.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this rock from a different angle. From the back, it's like got a huge dumper. Yeah, I don't really
Have
see
to
it.
ruin it, don't
I don't see it.
You just have to.
Hey, it's up to Trot to say whether or not
lovely
that's true or not.
It's up to the DM that created the rock.
Is anybody? Yeah, are you changing
anything
anything?
useful?
Yeah. Are you changing anything about the way that you
think,
travel? Otherwise, I would keep you in the same role.
I put the rock in my bag.
Head of the wagon.
You want to? So you're going to actually move ahead a little bit
Yeah.
and try and move ahead.
Not like a full day ahead, I suppose.
Yeah, like a full day ahead.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, you definitely change. You change your process. That Ophelia moves off. Trying to stay ahead of the group a little bit. Perhaps scouting a little bit.
Okay. I think now that we're heading towards like the Ashen's,
You are heading into rougher terrain.
so we are
You are
going
heading into hills.
We're going southeast now
No, you are. Yeah. So it's the hex like southeast. Yes.
on the hills,
Yeah, and then you'll be going. North.
northeast onto Ashen Citadel.
The Ashen Citadel.
Why is she not looking at that and going, that looks like a butt?
Why?
Look.
I'm not a bird.
That looks like a butt.
Close up, I just see flat lands and hills. If I was a bird,
Oh, I'm sorry. They can turn rocks into butts, but I
No, I
can't
didn't-
turn a butt into a butt.
No, I'm just saying that it is. You are now simply the one bringing it up. I'm not. I pass no judgment. I love butts. I love butts. I love small butts. I love big butts. I love them.
And you can't lie.
You can't. I can't lie.
Can't lie about him.
You won't deny.
Actually, no, I lie all the time.
What does the contract rod look like again?
So it's like this very beautiful, thin, like a kind of wizard's rod, like a short wizard staff. So, it'd be like a walking stick kind of size thing.
Okay.
But it is made of gold and silver, and it has carved into the length of the body these visages of angelic armored soldiers escorting a prisoner, and then in between the figures is where the text in Celestial's written. This beautiful, flowing script. Looks like a little bit like Sanskrit, if you know what Sanskrit looks like. And it's topped with a pearlescent, shimmering opal in a sort of fixture of light, almost like twisted lattice of gold.
Daisy, I think I've cracked how to use this thing now.
Okay.
Right, hang on. I want to get a few things sorted before we do all of that. So everybody else is happy with what they're doing in terms of traveling? Great. Then before we just jump onto that, I would like Rowan to make another survival check for me, please. The DC is now higher due to the terrain you are in. He's already rolled.
Use it.
So, 9.
9. How low below the DC is that? I need to remind myself of the DC. This would technically
And
be...
it's slightly increased now, right?
This is far from civilization in dangerous or difficult terrain. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Ashen Citadel doesn't count as civilization.
It once did.
It once did.
Now it's the opposite.
Land of the dead.
10,000 people used to live here.
Now it's a ghost town.
Smash Town.
If they fail by 5 or more.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Can you roll a d20 for me, please, Mr. Drop?
Here comes a 2. 3.
Oh my god!
Are we dead?
Ask the toad.
Cannot predict now.
That's
your job!
Yeah.
Oh, Ophelia.
Hello.
Can you roll 2d6 for me, please?
You're ahead, yeah.
I will
got
come
the
back
rest
to.
of the
I will
body.
come back to this. In
Sure, yeah.
That's all right. 2 5s, 10.
You had
Is
11.
that what you
I had
rolled
11.
last time?
I rolled 11.
I rolled 11 last time.
Why, we were going to encounter the same thing?
Second one.
I would.
Another troll!
I would shift it down to a new thing. 10.
You find a
Remember
cabin.
that time that we were trying
There's
to
a crunching
stealth through the
sound.
woods, and every episode we got nowhere because
We just
don't
don't stealth. We're not a stealthy group.
Well, it's also like again, it's
not about stealth,
it's a combination of roles.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a dangerous
Ophelia.
place. Like,
You are moving ahead of the team. You are the first to spot that up ahead. You've barely travelled half a day. before this happens, by the way. You are thick in the hills. And when you do, you can hear... I want to shift it. Let's do... I'm gonna roll 2d6 myself. Let's see what happens. 5. Oh. As you are moving through, you are now beginning to see that the land here, the hills, they are not the lush, vibrant green that they were. They're starting to kind of turn a strange color, a little bit more golden, a little bit more, not dead, but not vibrant and green. The trees look a little thin, their bark, when you see copses of trees nestled amongst the hills, their bark has strange reddish streaks within it. Birch with red streaks and black lines. And as you are moving through, it is you, as you had started moving ahead to scout, you see a pack of wolves prowling in amongst the hills. Their coats look not right. They almost seem to catch the sun, and there is a sort of golden raiment about them, like flecks of gold in amongst their coat. Their jaws are too long. Their eyes are purest black. They look thick and strong and healthy, but in an unnatural way. I need you. You see this. They have not seen you yet, but I need you to make a stealth roll.
Alrighty. 13.
13. I will make a perception roll for the wolves. They do have keen smell. As you are sort of peering, maybe crawling over the crest of a hill, like sort of keeping an eye on these wolves, about to turn back and tell your companions of, this group of enemies up ahead. As you are about to move, the wind blows across you towards the wolves. And one of them... and all of its friends, it begins to hunch down. Several of the wolves part ways, and it begins prowling in your direction. What do you do?
Assert dominance.
It worked once before.
Pee on it.
As Laos proved, not always the best response.
So you post to assert dominance.
There's only one thing to do.
Oh my god, what do I do? What
do you do, Ophelia?
Hey, what spells do you have that well luck?
Nothing.
Play dead.
Play dead.
Play dead.
Good joke.
Can I try and scare it away?
You can do whatever you would like to do.
Try and scare it away.
Okay. How are you doing that?
Form of dread.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And just really ham it up.
So normally Form of Dread, it only does fear when you attack, right?
Yes.
Well, let's just make a joke. So what's the DC for your Form of Dread?
13.
All right. I'm going to see
wisdom.
if this frightens the wolves before you. Some of them, as I said, had peeled away, but let's see. 14.
13.
13 for the DC. It is enough
Okay.
to cause the wolves to be wary that they are not going to immediately attack you. But as you turn and start running and get far enough away, these wolves are in pursuit.
Oh, good.
If they had passed that, I was about to have a random encounter literally attack you, and then the rest of the group would catch up in a few rounds, basically.
Completely unaware as well.
Yeah, you managed to run back, buying yourself enough time to get away from these wolves, as you all see Ophelia rushing back towards you in a panic. Now, to quickly flash back, you did attune to the gold sight eye.
Yes, Daisy. I know
can
how
do
this
it
works.
later.
No, because it could be. I will say that one thing, the rod can only currently be used by a warlock. It must be attuned
Right.
by a warlock.
Okay.
It will basically give a bonus to spell DCs, attack rolls, and damage rolls.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna
as a separate weapon, or
as like spell attacks.
Oh, okay.
Spell attacks and spell weapons and stuff. I think that is what the traditional Rod of the Pack Keeper does.
Sure.
I think I'm going to tweak it slightly, but I need time to like adjust it. So you can tell with the identify spell that there is additional power here, perhaps when it is wielded by somebody who has a celestial connection, shall we say?
Oh wait,
So-
no, I thought I knew how this thing worked, but this thing is in flux. It just doesn't seem to be.
Yeah,
Stupid thing.
It's gonna have. It'll probably have like some ability to cast some spells for charges. I just don't. I need to figure out what that is.
Yep,
yet.
sure, fine.
So, but
It is known, just
Yeah.
not canonically right now.
Exactly.
Sure.
But with that, you guys all come rushing back. As
hear that?
you all hear Ophelia like,
Wolves! Wolves!
Wolves.
Scary goldens!
Okay, everyone in
Scary
positions.
golden
We never
wolves!
discussed positions. Defensive. Maybe Rodri, stay here. We need to run forward.
Can I sorry, this might not work, but I just think it's going to be quite funny.
Oh, I know. Okay, I think I've pieced this together.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do it. Do it.
Can I leap off the wagon, wild shape into a
Okay.
brown bear or a black bear, but like it's a brown bear, but it's black because I'm black, and do a daunting roar and just see if I can scare them away because I'm a big scary bear.
technically, I don't think you can use Daunting Roar in Wild Shape, which is stupid.
Wait, for
so
real?
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
can-
Well, because it's your race feature, and you are
That
no
is
longer that
stupid.
race. But I think that's really dumb.
That
So
is
I'm
really
absolutely
Yeah.
gonna let you do
Yeah.
it. So Daunting Roar is again, it's like frightened effect, right?
Yeah, DC 14.
Okay. All right. You can see that there is one large alpha wolf, which is massive. It's large-sized creature.
Oh,
It's like a dire wolf size. And then there's a bunch of other normal-sized wolves with it. I'm going to make a saving throw. The alpha passes. 2 of the smaller wolves fail, and they back away, but the alpha just kind of snarls around at them as they crest this hill. And it is, in retaliation, I would like all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, as it's going to let out a blood-curdling howl.
Taking my seat.
Well, blood.
You tried, it could have worked.
Sorry, wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw.
Nat 1.
Oh.
If anybody anybody is immune to fear or has advantage against fear effects, this does count.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Nope. 8.
And I will say your form of dread can stay up. Your form of dread can stay up, by the way.
I use the bear's wisdom, right?
No, you use your wisdom
use-
because it's mental. Druids keep all their mental stats.
Yeah.
It's mental.
So you just use your saving throws.
Oh,
Mental saving throws.
I'm like 15 plus 7.
Great. Who got 14 or above?
No.
So just and Ophelia, you're immune.
Yeah.
Gruff, you got 14 or above.
15 plus 7.
Yeah, so you're above that.
Unnatural 1.
1,
8.
8.
Actual 1.
Those of you who failed, you are. This kind of works like Bane. You have a minus D4 to attacks and saving throws as you are trembled, afraid of this beast as it looms.
Okay. Oh, but we're on top of the well-rested. So.
Yeah, but that is gonna be initiative.
It's going to be initiative. And
We're so back.
Is there any immediate idea of these creatures as well, just when we see them for the first time?
You, Xanthias.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
They don't carry crown steel, but they've definitely not been mutated in the same way you have. But
Sure.
you think that living in this environment has affected them, and there is like the tiniest sliver of crown steel essence about them.
Right. Okay. And they're like dripping like flakes of gold, what you're saying?
Their fur has like streaks of it in the fur. It's not like falling off them or anything.
Okay.
Or maybe it kind of would be cool. Maybe there's like motes of energy that come off them that look like flecks of gold. But then they have like
So
pure black eyes.
Yeah.
And they are bigger and stronger, and you can tell that their hides are thicker and like just tougher in general.
I love that. That's cool.
Instantly, how does the party react when Gruff just like jumps down?
Bear!
Bear's here too!
Oh my god.
I imagine it's like it's a brown, so it's a big bear, but it's black fur speckled with the white.
But it's got your face.
Maybe it's still got the mane. I don't know. Could a bear with a mane?
Yeah.
That would be.
I
amazing.
fully subscribe to the World of Warcraft style of druids where they keep elements of like the race.
Yeah.
So like you
Still
still
got
have
the
the
white,
big sort of
fluffy
like
mane.
white fluffy mane around
Like
your
a
neck.
collar, maybe.
Like or like your gourd like still on like a
Yeah.
little bit of belt and stuff. Like it's kind of up to you. It's fine.
It is very obviously you, right? And I guess
Well,
we
'cause you
also
saw
not
me
in the
jump
range
off
of your
the wagon
Yeah,
and then. Yeah.
And you can sort of choose that if you don't want to look like that. I think it's
No, it's
okay for
fine.
you to
in
not.
this context.
All right, Daisy.
11.
11. Xanthius.
Oh, sorry. That is a 8.
Gruff.
Same as last time.
15.
Rowan.
2.
Ophelia.
12.
And for the Ashen Wolf Alpha.
Oh, 1.
And for the smaller Ashen Wolves. Oh.
But they are afeared. Oh, we're
2 of them are afeared. 2 of the smaller ones.
Okay.
So I am picturing this, and maybe depending on, we're not going to have that much time to finish the encounter, so we're just going to start it. I'm imagining almost like, you are sort of in between hills, like not a valley, but like you're kind of making your way through these hills.
Yeah.
So you have these 2 bigger hills on either side. The wolves are at the top of one of these hills, and Rodri is sort of in the middle of all these hill ends on either side, and they are at the top, basically about to rush towards you. But 2 of them seem terrified of Gruff.
right.
And I would say that with the Form of Dread, like you had that initial burst, your Form of Dread is still up, but yeah, they are not currently frightened of you, Ophelia, until you use your ability. Alrighty, let us say I'm going to roll to see how far away they exactly are, like as they crest the thing. Let us roll.
Did you guys think I was going to cast Speak with Animals?
I thought you were going to do the daunting
I thought you were
roar.
gonna become a wolf.
I didn't think you were going to wild shape.
I thought you were going to wear the same.
For some reason, I forgot that was like a druid ability. I was just like surprised when you bared it.
Well, I don't really use it a lot, do I?
No, I know. Yeah. You still haven't turned into a kitten, which is a crime.
It's never happening. The more people mention it, the less it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see how that went with the coin. You're going to kitten one day.
No, I only did that because it was actually annoying me in game that he wasn't listening.
Okay.
Right. Rodri is currently in between these 2 big hills. The wolves are actually about 90 feet away from you, right? Up on top of one of the hills in the direction you are currently going. So if you, for example, turn Rodri around and go back the other way, you're going to lose time because you're going to be heading back the way you came. So if you manage to escape, then you're going to have to come back this way anyway or move your way around or something.
How many wolves was it again?
There is the alpha and then 3 smaller wolves. And I'm assuming we've got Gruff and Daisy on the wagon.
Yeah. Well, I just jumped off the wagon to.
Oh, that's true. You're in bear. So
I guess you
Daisy's
would
currently
also
the only
be
one on it.
close enough for the daunting roar, right?
Yeah.
Nah, let's not worry about it.
Okay.
It's the Theatre of the Mind encounter. Right now, there was a cool thing.
Sure, yeah.
They did, because also my thing would be out of range. I just wanted to roll, like, give you guys, like...
I just love that you just seen a bear shout at the wolves and the wolf shout at the bear.
And, like, 2 of the wolves are like... and then in return, this bigger alpha seems almost annoyed that its minions are afraid, so it does the same back to you. And now, like, Daisy, Xanthius, and Rowan are sort of like... So it's there's a counter punch here going. Yeah.
Nah!
If I could speak bear or wolf.
And Gruff
It's
is actually
just
the
a
first one up
brutal
anyway.
argument.
So it's going to be Gruff, then Ophelia.
I'm going to run up to. Well, I don't know if I can actually. I've only got 40-foot speed as a bear.
So you can dash.
Yeah, but I can't do anything when I get there.
True.
Can I just
You can tank it.
Can I just run up to the bear? I'm the bear. Can I run up to the alpha and just
You
like?
can get within 10 feet.
Yeah,
'cause it's
yeah,
9
and
feet.
just look like I'm charging towards it, almost like trying to buff myself up and be like, like how bears charge. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Brum, yeah, you do that. The alpha rises to the challenge though, and it kind of sinks its body down, kind of drool coming out of its
I
mouth.
want to
as it
ride Gruff
eyes
so
you.
bad.
So just dash, full turn,
Yeah.
get on up there. Ophelia.
Yeah, Ophelia will follow the charge of Gruff and dash behind him.
Yeah, what's your movement speed?
60.
60. So you're a little bit behind Gruff, unfortunately, with his 40
Yeah.
feet of movement. Alrighty, so 60. So you would be 30 feet away, Ophelia.
Yeah.
Gruff, you're like 10 feet away.
Okay.
Alrighty. Are you just going to dash, yeah?
Just gonna full dash.
Full dash, great. We love it. Nice quick turn. Daisy.
Can I get within 60 feet of them?
So they are 90 feet away. So if you hop off the wagon and move 30 feet up, yep.
Then I will do that, and I will.
Were you afeared?
Yes, minus D4.
Oh, the Bane, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it doesn't do the frightened thing
Sure.
if you can't move closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wolves have that with Gruff, though.
Okay.
And that lasts until the end of their next turn.
Is Gruff right up next to them?
He's within
10
10
foot.
feet, he's not next to it. Hold your action.
I'm going to hold my action to when someone
When
is
Gruff
within.
or when the wolf is
Yeah,
within.
someone's within
Sure.
range, and I'm going to do a. Knife.
Okay.
End
All
of
right.
my next turn.
Yep, end of your next turn. Perfect. All right. Anything else, Daisy, on your turn?
No.
Alrighty. The two smaller wolves who are currently afraid of Gruff, they're going to peel off to the side and kind of keeping an equidistance so they're not technically moving closer to you. They're going to circle round towards the wagon. So they're now moving closer to Rowan and Xanthius and Rodri in the wagon. One of the smaller wolves, though, is going to dash towards you, Gruff. So Daisy, your held action would trigger. As one of these smaller wolves is going to come up towards you.
22.
22 hits.
With that sneak attack.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. The radiant blade slides into the side of this wolf. You do see that, yeah, like a normal wolf, that blade would have taken it down.
Oh, my D4 to my -2 to hit, but I still. I think I still
you
would
were
hit.
well ahead. Yeah, absolutely. The blade would have normally like immediately killed a regular wolf.
Okay.
This thing is bloodied, but it's still up. After that damage, but you kind of the blade impacts into its like, and then it's going to attack Gruffith. It is going to try to swat at you with its claws.
This is the unscared wolf, right?
This is the unscared wolf. Yes.
The alpha.
There's only a 10 to hit.
Ooh, 11.
Yeah, on the bear's AC. Because I was going to say bear's got
yeah,
low AC.
Oh.
Trade off.
That is the smaller wolves. The alpha is then going to step up to you.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, big alpha's coming. He is going to multi-attack. He's going to try and bite you, and he's going to try and use his wounding claws. The bite is a 20 to hit.
Just a little bit.
How much bear health have you got?
You'll see.
Well,
Okay.
It's not super.
Yeah, because it's not special called bear. That's very low damage, though. The other rolls are coming back in, so that's fine. That's 8 points of piercing damage from the bite, and then the wounding claw. Oh, luckily that's going to be a miss. 9 to hit.
Does not hit.
You see this alpha's claws, almost a little bit like Xanthius's arm. There's like a jaggedness to them and like very thin lines of like red and gold. This thing isn't a fully corrupted like crown steel creature, but it's got enough in its essence that it's been naturally evolved to like, you know, or warped. But yeah, these claws look like they would have dealt a grievous wound if they had hit. But that is it for the wolves. We go to Xanthius.
Oh, Crown Steel. They've got Crown Steel. A small amount of Crown Steel. Bad news. I'm staying back. Sorry, guys. But I'm going to launch a Chaos Bolt, though. At the Alpha. 120 foot of range on the Chaos Bolt.
Great.
I will do this at a level 2, so it's an additional D6 on that. But I need to hit this thing first. So the Alpha.
Minus D4.
Minus D4, but
Plus 1 from well rested, yeah.
Okay. I will also fate it.
Oh.
you got barred. Oh no, you don't anymore. It's been a day.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa. Well, so 6 on the D20, 6 on the blessing.
Roller coaster.
Additional 6, so that's
18.
18. 1 on the D4, so 17, but plus 1 from a well rested, so 18. Does 18
Hits.
hit? Thank
Does.
God. 2d8. A 6 and a 1, as well as 2 additional D6. Wow. That is either acid or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or poison damage. I'll go with acid.
Okay.
So I don't recall Crown Steel having any care about
Total?
that. Which is 6, 7, 13 damage on the alpha.
The acid doesn't seem to be resisted or negated in any way. It burns through. You can see it sizzling the pelt. As it is acid, his pelt is ruined, however.
Oh, fuck!
We're not. I don't think we care about that.
He cares.
Tom cares about the side quest.
Oh, okay.
When you said there were deer and stuff in the cabin,
I thought we collectively decided we wouldn't do that, but that's fair enough.
you guys collectively decided that. I'm not part of that group that decided it.
But yeah, a grievous blow does seem to strike. It kind of, reflexes.
Yeah.
But again, very tough. Like, is not even bloodied by that attack.
I also imagine no one wants the pelt of a crown steel wolf.
No, that's this specifically. These are the ones they wanted. The wolves of the Ash Hills. They wanted these ones.
Yeah, all right.
8 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you move away, Xanthius, or are you going to stay by the way?
I will back up a little bit, maybe like 20 feet. Still within range of the Chaos Bolt, so not a problem. Yes, it would be. So I guess I'd be 110 feet from the Alpha and the group.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will use a bonus to just generate some Aegis shielding as well.
Okay.
1 sorcery point for 2 shield.
Rowan.
With my 2 initiative?
Yeah.
Hell
You're
yeah.
the last one.
Rowan's going to look at the alpha timidly, because he's a little frightened. And he's going to cast Phantasmal Force on it, so it's an intelligence save of 15, please.
Oh, intelligence.
How smart is Wolf?
11.
Excellent. I craft an illusion, and coming from behind Bear Gruff is second Bear Gruff. And it is also pursuing the alpha in its mind.
Yep.
And will attack it, causing psychic damage and things like
D6
that.
psychic damage, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you do that now? I think you do it now. I think you do it on your turn. You can inflict D6 psychic damage.
Yeah. It's such a long paragraph.
It is.
But yes, I will do that.
But it will treat it as if there is a second creature there as well. Like, it will assume that there is a second creature.
4 points of
4 points of psychic damage. Yeah, it basically treats that as if it is a real threat. I think it can make a check to realize it's not real.
Yes,
and
it
get
will
out
do
of
an
it.
intelligence save
busy.
every
Yep, but
turn.
right now he's free. He's currently right.
Great.
Diplodocus.
Right.
That's just in that thing's mind, not the others as well,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, just in the alphas. Right, let's try and rush
Oh,
through.
each round on my turn I did the
you go.
D6, yeah.
Gruff.
Attack. Bite.
Yum, yum.
Not that one. Oh, God, no. It's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 hits.
Oh.
Yeah. They are wolves. These aren't natural. These aren't magical or anything like that. They've just been sort of like touched by ground.
Sturdy.
6 points of bite damage. Ow!
6 points of bite damage.
And I'm going to. Did you say there was a little bit of crown steel poking out of it? No. I can't see it. Okay, I just made that up.
There's no actual crown steel on these creatures. It's more that they've like
They've been empowered
they've
by
eaten
it.
like plants or like they've eaten animals that have fed on plants that have been touched by the soul and stuff like that.
Can I add fate dice to the damage?
No.
No.
I used to be able to, but I've stopped doing that. I need to figure out some more ways for me to spend
Ooh.
it.
19 plus 5 to hit on my claw.
19 plus 4, yeah, hits.
4 points of slash damage. And the target has the prone condition if it is huge or smaller.
It is huge or smaller.
Wow.
So you knock it prone.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
You slam this thing to the ground, slamming it into the dirt. It seems quite nimble, and it's going to try and writhe out of your grip and stand back up on its turn, obviously.
There is fur
but yeah,
flying everywhere.
you rip into these creatures.
It's nasty.
After Gruff, it is Ophelia.
Yeah, Ophelia's got a very similar feral energy going
Daisy's
on.
up next.
She's going to sprint up towards this alpha wolf.
Yep,
and,
you can easily make it now.
and attack it with veracity. 14 points of damage. No, 14 to attack, sorry.
Does hit.
Does hit. Cool.
I've got to add to your stamina count.
So 6 points of damage.
Oh, wait,
Veracity.
I was frightened. I didn't do attack. That's
No, you didn't. You didn't have to worry about the D4. Sorry, Ophelia, what was that?
6 points of damage. Piercing.
What was this on?
The Alpha.
Alpha.
Did you do advantage because it's prone?
Oh, I can do.
Boy prone.
Yes.
It's gone.
There it goes.
It's gone. Don't worry about it.
It fell into the drawer. It's gone forever.
Yeah.
Nah, don't matter. It's gone.
And then with
Okay.
your form of dread, I have to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom
yes.
saving throw, yep.
17, I think. I remember
Yeah, you're
last.
fine.
Yep. So it is not frightened, but you see you in your horrid form sort of preying upon this thing as it's on the ground. Anything else, Ophelia?
That's me good, thank you.
Daisy.
I will take a shot at not at the alpha because it's prone, so I have disadvantage.
Yep,
So
but there's
one
the
of
smaller
other-
one that you hit last time.
Yep.
That's still next to Gruff and Ophelia, so you'd get sneak attack as well.
9 plus 7. 9 plus. Thank you.
So it's a hit.
I did maths.
You did maths.
I could do 9s.
I hate them.
Because it's like a 10 but -1.
I'm glad that 7 hit it.
Okay. 14 plus 8. 14 plus 8.
This time the
That
blade
makes-
comes out, just skewers through this smaller wolf, taking it out of the equation immediately. Dead.
Nice.
And I will send another one at.
So you could attack the alpha, which is currently engaged, but you would have disadvantage. You could also throw it at the 2. There are 2 circling around, making their way
Can
towards
I-
the others.
Yeah, I'll send it at one of them to try and
Yep.
sort of frighten them away from thinking they have the jump on it. Same, 9 plus 7. That many.
Success. No sneak attack. Just normal.
6 damage.
6 points of damage. This time the smaller blade launches out to the side, cuts across the wolf. It isn't frightened away from the attack, but it's now aware that there is still a threat, so they
Yeah,
can
I
punch
knew you were
themselves
there.
down. Yeah.
I know.
Alrighty. I'm going to try and rattle through this. So the wolves, one is now dead. Those 2 who are at the side, they are going to spend their whole turn. They are going to dash and surround Rowan. So you have 2 smaller wolves around you now, but that's their full
They
turn.
recognize the alpha.
Yep.
Game recognizes game.
The alpha stands up from prone. It is going to... So on your turn for Phantasmal Force, is it an action for me to determine if it's unreal, or do I just get a free thing?
I believe you just get a free check.
Or is it at the end of a turn?
Yeah. Basically, what's the deal with this spell?
If the check...
I think it was that last paragraph.
Apologies.
I hate
It is a very long
it's-
paragraph. I can
it's
see how
huge.
much writing
Hopefully,
is
the
there.
2024 Player's Handbook will make it less annoying.
The target uses action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check.
That's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Gives up an entire turn to do it.
That's right.
Okay, it's another enemy, so I'm going to rationalize it that this is still a creature, it's still a beast. It is smart for what it is. It's like intelligence is a bit enhanced, but it's still an animal. I'm going to split its attacks between the 2 bears, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to randomize which attack is what. So the bite on a 1 to 3 is going to be the illusion, 4, 5, 6 is real gruff. 1. So the bite is going to be against the illusion, its wounding claw is going to be against gruff. So against the illusion, I mean, it doesn't matter, it hits and it perceives it as if it's real. So it thinks it bites into the illusion and then it tears at gruff with the second attack. That is very cocked. That is going to be a 22.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Alrighty. Huh. You take 11 points of slashing, Gruff, and you gain a bleeding wound.
Oh, those.
You are bleeding.
Remind me how we get rid of those again.
Oh, my blue.
We'll find out.
Heal.
Yeah, I think healing is
But if
it's
it's
about.
bleeding,
Yeah,
What's that?
it's just bleeding.
does that
It
heal
won't matter.
Will it? Not? We'll find out.
Bears can heal. Right?
That is its turn.
Out of this form soon, so
It's done.
That's true, yeah.
The bleeding wound will persist.
It will persist with fear.
Yeah, so
It doesn't matter.
I know.
Tis nothing.
Xanthius.
I just bleed on it.
Your arm's hanging off.
Why is it?
Xanthius.
Hey, what up? Sorry, I was joking.
Not allowed.
Okay, I will do
Only serious D&D combat allowed.
Sorry.
I'm very sorry. In that case, I will do a Chaos Bolt, Sir Master DM, and this will be against the other wolves that are coming around the corner.
Yep, so the ones surrounding
boys.
Rowan.
Yes, I will go for the one that Daisy just
Already wounded.
daggered.
Love it.
So, these... does 8 hit?
No.
In that case, that is, in efficiency and seriousness terms, the end of my turn.
Excellent. Thank you.
Move on.
Rowan.
We're done here.
Rowan is going to touch himself and cast Heroism.
Okay. Is that concentration?
No. It's not. Actually isn't.
Good.
but I'm not scared.
I'm not doubting you. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so I cast that.
On
I'm no
yourself?
longer afraid, and I've got 4 temp pitch points.
Okay, yeah, so if you're no longer afraid, that minus D4 thing no longer applies to you.
I
I'm going
forgot my
to,
minus D4.
I think you still would have hit.
I think so.
Oh, I would not have even if I rolled high.
Longsword two-handed
Two-handed.
attack for 16
Hits.
points of
Are you also going for the one that Daisy already injured?
Yeah.
Get it.
Is that D10?
It's a
Forgotten
D12.
what a D10
The
is.
little toppy boys, I like that. Speed.
How long have we
8.
been playing this game?
9 points.
9 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
You bloody this second wolf, but it is still standing. These tougher creatures. Hey, just go back. With that, we are going to end it there at the end of the round.
I'm not going to be here next week, so I don't know
Well,
if you
we'll
want me to
just-
still be Bear Gruff.
I'm just going to
It's alright, I'll play as Gruff.
Yeah.
Please, Mark, please, but don't let him. Please don't let him. Don't let him play me.
We'll find out what happens next week. But no, we are going to wrap things up there, and we're going to finish off this little random encounter.
Yes. Maybe
It's been somewhat of a wearying journey thus far with these many encounters.
Yeah, what are we 5-6 days in?
Yeah.
And 2 encounters.
Oh, no, you are
half.
3.5.
3.5 days in, 2 encounters.
When you fail the survival check by 5 or more,
Yeah.
you basically go half a day and then you trigger a random event. That could have been meet a lovely man on the road.
That could have been.
Could have been.
But it
Lovely
happens.
man.
Hey,
Yeah.
it happens.
A lovely roadman.
A lovely roadman. But it just means that the stamina is building up, and when you make the check at the end of the journey, that might be quite extensive.
We're just making the world a safer place.
Exactly. Right, with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. That is the end of today's episode. We will see you next time.
Wow, I like that.
On Altheya with High Rollers.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye now. See you next time. Bye, 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 bye.